the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Oklahoma Sports Network, this is Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray. We are at Dell City High School tonight where the Dell City Eagles are hosting the Lawton Wolverines. This is 5A basketball. We will tip off with the girls' game at 6 p.m. The boys' game will follow. And we're getting really close to that time here already. That's why you are hearing us. I want to thank you for tuning into the stream tonight and watching and listening to high school basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Dell City, you've been able to catch some of their games already, Jordan?
Yep. Well, we were here when they beat Midwest City. Tracy, was the first time they beat Midwest City since 2013 in girls basketball. And they haven't won here against Midwest City since a lot of these players for Dell City were not even born yet. That was 2007. So it was quite a streak that ended here. This Dell City girls team is just unbelievable. They look the part of a team that can contend for state, and we haven't said that about them in the last 5 years that we've been doing Mid-Dell basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy. And by the way, it's good to have you back on with us.
It's exciting to be here. Thank you.
And what's exciting for this first game is just another look at the Dell City girls basketball team. The fact that they return so many good players, and those players are not starting. Well, it's unbelievable.
When you and I were looking at the rosters, this is my first high school basketball game this year to be able to attend, and I looked at the roster and I saw some phenomenal players from last year. I go, I assume these two are starting, right? And you said, no, they've got some freshmen that have stepped up and playing phenomenal, and those girls have earned their spot.
Some freshmen, some move-in sophomores, and it's they've just taken the program by storm. But the players that we know from last year, Raina Lewis and Shelby Thornton, they're still around, and they're still going to play a big part of this team. So.
Yeah, and you mentioned those two. I have to mention Courtney McCarroll because she just took over some games in the second half last year that we were here to watch. Her defense and just solid basketball IQ, knowing where to be on the court. And so knowing that there's some young ladies coming up into this program that are just augmenting that, I'm excited for what this Dell City Lady Eagles team is going to look like. And now, the reality of it is the matchup tonight's not necessarily a great one. The Lawton Lady Wolverines are struggling this season. They don't have good numbers on their bench, and their record, they haven't won a game yet. So this might be, we don't know what the future holds, but it might be a little bit of a lopsided game in the girls' game. I expect a tremendous game out of the boys later on.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to that one, too.
Yeah, so really excited, though. The Dell City Lady Eagles. Now, Dell City, and I've noticed this with some of the other Mid-Dell teams too, they scheduled their basketball season to start later on into December because they are expecting to be playing well into the football playoff, whereas I see the Lawton team started their basketball season back before Thanksgiving. And so,
particularly on the boys' side, yes.
Yeah, so both the Lawton teams have quite a few more games under their belt. When we share the records with you, you'll see they've played more games than Dell City. Dell City girls, a record of 6-1 on the season. The Lawton girls, a record of 0-10.
Yeah, they played more tournaments. Lawton High girls have. That's part of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
By the way, I'm going to coming up here. I'm going to talk with Dell City coach Mariah White. So we're looking forward to that. You're watching Mid-Dell basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
All right, talking with Dell City Girls coach Mariah White. Okay, coach, it's been a while since your team last played, but you had an interesting game. It was a non-district game over at UConn against Weatherford, and you guys had to come from behind to win. What was some of the interesting details about that game? This is back on December 21st.
Right. One of the messages after the game was we said that we actually finished the game with the girls who came off the bench, and so that was just one of the games where that's why we say we need everybody in order for us to be good, in order for us to be great. We don't just need 5 or 6. We need however many we have suited up. That's what we need, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that day we had one girl out. Mackenzie Smithers was out because she was sick. So the way we started that game, the way Weatherford came out playing, they came out and punched us in the mouth, and so we finally found the right group and the right adjustment, and it came late in the fourth quarter, midway through the fourth quarter. So it was a tough game, and for us to finish with the girls that didn't start was just a testament to us saying, be ready whenever we call on you, be ready and stay ready. And if you're producing and doing what you need to do, and things are rolling, then you're gonna stay out there, and that's what happened when we were playing Weatherford.
Okay, so usually in high school basketball, to come from behind in the fourth quarter, you have to be able to apply pressure. You have to be able to force turnovers with your pressure. Was that part of the story of that game?
That was part of the story, using our length, pressuring, getting our hands up, and getting out and running. I think we finally got some transition layups in the fourth, and we know that that's where we're best, is in the open court when we can get up and down and play. And so we were able to get some stops and then push after misses too.
And the reason I ask is this seems like a team, I noticed this a heavy factor in your Midwest City win, that can play with a lot of pressure. Would you say that this is a team that's been one of your best teams at being able to do that?
It's funny you say that, because we do it when we have to. Like you said, we did it against Midwest City, we did it against Norman, we did it against Weatherford. But I think this is the most versatile team where we can go back and forth and do what we need to. So in games where we have to, when we need to apply pressure, we can. But if we need to just be long and kind of stretch out in that zone, we can do that too. So this team definitely, we have the numbers and the depth to play full court man or just be long and kind of stretch the court in our zone.
And you said Sasha Hunt will be available in this game. And of course, she was a big part of your offense last year. When she had the ball, she made things happen. How has she adapted to this team, which is a very different type of team now?
Adapting well. Came in. She's been practicing with us, for probably the last 10, 12 days. So the good thing about it is that all these girls have been playing together for so long, because they grew up playing together. So even though she hadn't played with us early in the season, it's not her stepping in and playing with these girls. It won't be anything that she's not used to. So she's adapting well, coming in, being a leader. She's been talking in practices. She's been pushing herself. And now it's just about getting into the groove of things and finding, where she fits best and where she helps best.
And then you told me you have inserted or will insert Paris Baker into the starting lineup. She's a freshman.
Yes.
What have you liked from her that made you decide to go with her in the starting lineup?
Well, her length is a big factor. Her length, she's been the way she can rebound and push the ball has been big for us, because usually, in the past few years, if Shelby comes down with a rebound, we don't want Shelby pushing the ball up the court. But for somebody like Paris, who can be 5'10", 5'11", she can go get a rebound and push the ball up the court and finish. So this just gives us a little bit of, it helps us get into our offense a little bit quicker, and it gives us that speed, and we can play fast in transition like we want to.
So you've had now over 2 weeks of practices over the holiday break. And, of course, you have an incredibly deep team now with Sasha back and so many good players who played a lot last year coming off the bench for you this year. What have practices been like? Have they been really competitive? And what are some things you wanted to focus on in practice these last 2 weeks?
That right there, competing every day. We told our girls just the other day that we probably had one of the most competitive practices, probably in the state. You know, one of the deepest teams in the state. So we have a chance every day for you to get better. At the end of the day, we told them that there's no reason we should not be getting better, and not be pushing each other. So it's good because usually there's a huge drop off, but we don't have that huge drop off like we've had in years past. So we can go first team against second team, and it can be really competitive, or we can mix it up and we can have three strong, solid teams competing against each other, where you never know which team is going to come out on top. So that's the good thing is that the good thing is we have the bodies. I guess the not so good thing for the players is there are extra bodies.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back to Oklahoma Sports Network. Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Del City High School, where the Del City Eagles are hosting the Lawton Wolverines Class 5A District Basketball. This is District 2. The Del City Lady Eagles with a record of 6-1 taking on the Lawton Lady Wolverines, a record of 0-10. Del City undefeated in district play, Lawton winless in district play. Our starting lineups. Teams being introduced right now, the visitors. The Lawton Lady Wolverines is number 0, Kimaya Davis. Number 2, Katie Wiggins. Number 21, Jamie Vaughn. Number 22, Imani Dickerson. And number 32, Mila Walker. Our starting lineup is brought to you by Dynamic Health. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better and recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. And now your starting lineup for the Del City Lady Eagles. As we talked about earlier, we've got some young ones starting off for the Lady Eagles now. Number 10, Josiah McAllister. Number 11, Kamaya Morgan.
Number 20, a 5'11 freshman, Paris Baker.
Number 20, another freshman, Paris
Number 30,
Baker.
a 5'7 junior, Tori Moore.
Number 30, a junior, Tori Moore.
A 5'10 sophomore,
And
Sanaya
number 32, a sophomore, Sanaya Bonds. 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a junior starting for the Lady Eagles tonight.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to watching Paris Baker, because she wasn't starting for the first part of the season, but she has since been inserted. She has a lot of talent. She's 5'11", but very much a guard.
Yeah, there's some pretty good height out there. I mean, there were several 5'11s introduced. Well, you look at the roster, it doesn't look so much, but you've got a 5'11 and a 5'10 starting. No 6-footer starting for the Lady Eagles. You got Shelby Thornton on the bench. I think she's the only 6-footer on the roster.
No, but Sanaya Bonds is a very strong 5'10", and she will dominate in the paint.
Absolutely.
Against the right teams, and I think she could tonight.
Our opening tip-off, and the Lady Eagles control the tip. Our first quarter sponsored by Scrambled. We start this game the way you should start your day. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep-fried French toast, 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A in Oklahoma City, 405-900-5972. And just like that, Paris Baker goes right to the basket from the low post and puts it off the glass for two.
Immediately, the freshman Paris Baker shows she can move well without the ball. Just made a very good cut, and then she makes a steal here.
And goes right to the hole with it. She has 4 points just seconds into the basketball game. Full court pressure by the Lady Eagles, and it forces the turnover on the other end. So we have a steal on the first possession by the Lady Eagles defense, and then a forced turnover on the second possession.
Yeah, Lawton High is smaller, definitely more inexperienced team, although actually Del City is not that experienced, but just really talented with his first five. But then they'll bring in some experienced players at some point this quarter.
Bonds gets her own rebound, goes right back up and puts it off the glass for two.
Yeah, she's going to be tough because, she's got a lot of size to her, but she also has quick springs. She just has good hands. A lot to like about her as far as being a scorer in the paint. Talking about Sanaya Bonds.
Absolutely. Now driving in, going around the defender. Really good move was Kimaya Davis, but she misses the shot.
That's how you got to attack a zone. She did everything to make the shot.
Bonds got the rebound. Del City gets the ball back down the court, sets up their offense. Bonds cuts across the paint. She was open under the basket, no pass. Three put up by Kamaya Morgan, shot no good. And Katie Wiggins comes out of there with the basketball.
There's McAllister living up to the family name, getting a steal. She's only a freshman, but she is so quick, and more than any McAllister's played for Del City, she's going to get a lot of playing time as a freshman. Her older brothers did, and I don't think her older sister did. I could be wrong about her older sister, Jalen, but just a really good point guard.
And Bonds misses a shot, gets her own rebound again, three put up. And once again, offensive rebound, but a step out of bounds by Baker turns the ball over to Lawton.
And then you have Kamaya Morgan for Del City. She is not shy, and Lawton High's playing zone, so she will be looking for that three-point shot. It'll be just a matter of time before she makes it consistently. She also likes to play the passing lanes like you just saw there.
Only one foul called in the game so far. That one went against Milo Walker of Lawton. And a steal by McAllister. That's two steals for her already. Shot put up, no good. Bonds with the offensive board and the putback.
See if we can get that on our Super Subs instant replay.
Bonds with 3 offensive rebounds already. 3 put up by Imani Dickerson. Shot no good. Rebound Del City, and a travel call on the other end. That'll be the first turnover for the Lady Eagles.
One of the things you're seeing from Del City, you haven't seen as much of in the past, is they will play full court pressure on both makes and misses, and when it's a dead ball they can set up their press, but they'll press even if they give up a steal or a defensive rebound.
Dickerson's in the corner, takes her time, passes back out. She waits for the defense to close on her before she does anything. A little too much pressure by McAllister as she got into the body of Wiggins.
Now, I have to confess, Tracy, for Lawton, I didn't see when they played last, if they played over the holiday break. I know Del City last played on December 21st. So it's a long time to be off. We'll see how much that affects some of their aspects of this game, including their outside shooting.
Gabby Wright in the game for Lawton now, and she loses control of the ball. It rolls past the half-court line. She just lets it go ahead and roll on out of bounds. That'll be another turnover for Lawton.
She, for some reason, thought Del City had it out last. You just have to have better awareness than that.
Del City sets up their offense. McAllister out top. Bonds at the high post, kicks it back out. A three, a boom by Paris Baker.
Bobby Lewis 3.
Bobby Lewis Insurance, our three-point sponsor. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you. Choctaw, phone number 405-281-6700, and in Del City at 405-670-3665.
You'll have me watch Paris Baker. You say, Tracy, that Del City only has one 6-footer. Paris Baker might become a 6-footer before it's all said and done. Only a freshman. But there you see her guard skills. Now, like there, you saw Kamai Morgan. She missed a couple threes, so she just steps in and takes the long 2. That's considered an inefficient shot in basketball, but I don't agree with that. I think there's times when it's very appropriate, especially if your three-point shot's not going in.
Yeah, what Russell Westbrook in his heyday lived off of the mid-range jumper, right?
Well,
that drive into the basket.
So does SGA now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's unbelievable at it, and it's always good to be there. That long 2, again, sometimes it's a good shot for you. As we have a 30-second timeout.
Scores 13-0 as Del City shooting the ball well and putting a lot of pressure on defense, not allowing Lawton to get many good looks, though Lawton has had a couple of good opportunities to score. It's been Del City pounding the boards, though. No rebounds. I have 0 rebounds in the game for Lawton right now.
Well, you can see that they're undersized for sure. And, again, I don't think, even though Del City starting lineup is young, made up of all sophomores and freshmen, again, all these players I'd never heard of as of last year, although I'm definitely not. I did actually hear about McAllister because I knew that the McAllister brothers had a younger sister. I just didn't know she was this good. But I think the Del City players are more experienced at playing basketball from a younger age and stuff like that. And
is that a program thing with youth leagues and such?
Some of it's that, but again, some of these players moved to Del City too. They just come in with a lot of good pedigree there.
Morgan gets a steal off the inbounds play, comes right down the court with it, gets fouled.
It's a tough foul call there. I thought
I'm not sure
who high player Davis held her ground.
So that foul was on Kimaya Davis?
Yes, Morgan ran into her. Set play out of bounds, and we see another Bobby Lewis 3.
Bobby Lewis 3 by Morgan.
Only Sasha Hunt, who's now Sasha Hunt Smith, we may see at some point this half, is the only other player I remember Del City calling three-point plays for. But Kamai Morgan now hit that one. I think she hit that 3 as Lawton High is about to score. They do.
Kimaya Davis.
Yep. But that 3 made by Morgan, I just need to point this out, that was set up by her long 2 earlier from a similar spot.
And now Morgan gets an air ball on the 3. Rebound by Bond. She throws it back in as she's going out of bounds. It's picked up by Wiggins. Lawton gets the ball down the court. Ball kicked back out. Now Wiggins on the right wing.
I like Wiggins with the ball. I think she's actually a really good point guard, good passer.
That was a long
it's an assist there.
Long 2 by Chloe Manriquez.
Again, it's a long 2, but if that's your range, then that's where you need to be. And she showed that is her range. She hit that shot.
16-4 the score with just under 3 minutes to play in the first period. We're going to have 5 new players come on the court for Del City.
These 5 are the experienced 5. They didn't. I don't know if this was ever a starting lineup, but I think for many games this was a key lineup they would play down the stretch.
These are 5 ladies that we saw on the court together a lot last year. Absolutely.
Sasha on her first game back, her first shot, 3-pointers from the right corner, just missed it by a little bit, and then a travel called on Raina Lewis. Now the question is, can these ladies keep the intensity going with however they play defense? So they're going to play kind of full court. Can they force turnovers as well? If they can do that, then they'll get to stay in longer.
So Smithers in there putting some pressure on Wright. Now Davis out top of the ball. Hunt Smith giving her some pressure. McCarroll gets a hand on the ball, tips it out of bounds.
Yeah, this 5, I think, Tracy, if you remember that triple overtime game against Guthrie, this was the 5 that probably played a lot of that overtime period for Del City.
Absolutely.
And none of them are starting here, but it's crazy. But it just shows how much depth they have this year.
Thornton putting some pressure on Lawton. Shot goes up, no good. McCarroll gets the rebound.
Oh, it's too much juice on that pass. And again, this is the first time McCarroll, even though she's played this season, this entire season, it's the first time she played with Sasha Hunt this season. Now, they played together for quite a while. And she was trying to find Sasha Hunt. And again, we're used to saying Sasha Hunt Smith now. And the pass was just a little bit too far ahead of her.
So more with the, Davis ball in the backcourt. We're going to have a tie-up near half court as Smithers gets a hand on the ball, and the pressure from Del City results in them getting possession of the ball on the possession arrow. Oh, excuse me. No, it's still going to Lawton.
But now Del City is set up to have the first possession of the second quarter, unless there's another jump ball.
So Lewis and Hunt Smith putting some pressure on the guards. Thornton gets a block.
Now that part of her game hasn't gone yet. No, and I say like other parts have gone. The only other game we've had with Del City so far against Midwest City, Thornton struggled shooting, but she played with a lot of energy and was still very much a factor in the paint.
And
all right, let's see if McCarroll can finish here, getting that steal. She's very deliberate, but you see that's why she lets the defender stay with her, and then she explodes to the basket, going to her left because she's a lefty and drawing a foul.
Gabby Wright called for the foul. That'll be the third team foul on Lawton. That puts McCarroll at the line shooting 2 free throws.
Brought to you by Tooney Buys Houses.
Tooney buys houses in any condition. And McCarroll hits the first free throw. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Tooney Buys Houses today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. McCarroll misses the second. Thornton gets in, gets the offensive board, and puts it back up for 2.
So it wasn't just her height. It wasn't just Thornton's height that got her that, too. It was her hustle, too. She moved quickly, quicker than the Lawton player.
Pressure.
Well,
Hunt Smith gets the steal.
Hunt wants to get after it. She knows that, she may not play the entire half like she would in the past. So she wants to be in on the action as soon as she can. And I'm surprised. I thought she was in the act of shooting. She tried to sell that, and she's not going to get a 2-shot foul. And it's only the 4th team foul on Lawton High.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the foul was called on. Lewis in the corner looking inside for Thornton. Thornton at the low post, kicks it back out. Smithers for 3. Boom!
That was Smithers, right? Even though they called Courtney McCarroll. But the assist, that was a really good assist there for Thornton. Instead of taking a difficult shot, she passed out a double team very well. And now it's about to get a steal. Yes. Oh, almost a steal. Good hustle, though.
Thornton tips the ball away, chases it down before it goes out of bounds, throws it back in to a Lawton player. And a foul on Smithers?
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive with her arm there.
Only the second team foul on Del City here in the first period.
It'll be interesting to see how often they play like this. Coach White, will she ever shorten her bench against a more elite team? But it's good that they have this game against Lawton High before they start to play some tougher competition. There'll be some for sure if they can make the Bartlesville tournament. I say if because of the weather coming up later this week. And then next week, playing Class and SAS, they may be the second or third best team in the district. They're hosting them on a Tuesday next week.
So a lot of pinball taking place out there as Del City continue to get hands on the ball. Finally, Thornton knocks it out of bounds with 17 seconds left in the first. It will be Lawton ball on the baseline. And Hunt Smith just takes it away. Pass. Nice little bounce pass with some spin. McCarroll battling inside there, misses a couple of shots and gets her own rebound. Finally, the rebound goes to Lawton.
All right, well, let's take a break then.
22-4 after one period. Thanks for listening and watching high school basketball on Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brenting it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
Welcome back to Oklahoma Sports Network. Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Del City High School. The Del City Lady Eagles lead the Lawton Lady Wolverines 22-4 after 1 period of play. As we begin the second period, it will be Del City basketball. Our second period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, located at 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Come to Buffalo Wild Wings, support your favorite Mid-Del winter sports team. Download the team card on your phone, show your waiter, and your team will get 10% of the proceeds. Thornton driving the basket, misses the shot. Rebound goes to Lily Wagner and stolen away by Raina Lewis.
Thornton shot that a little too quickly, I think.
And a rebound for Davis. For Lawton, pushes it down the court. Chased down, threw it up, and Hunt Smith comes up with a rebound for Del City.
Good extra pass by McCarroll.
Lewis took a nice open shot from the corner, can't convert, and the ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Thornton.
Yeah, there's just not much resistance from Lawton High right now when Del City crashes the offensive glass. At best, the hope for what happened there is where Del City just hits it out of bounds, but Lawton High has not been rebounding well. McCarroll almost got still in a layup, but she fell down.
It felt like Del City came up with a possession there, but, you know, kind of like in football, it's like, did they take 3 steps and tuck the ball away? I'm not sure who actually had possession. Lawton sets up their offense. Wagner out top, defended by Smithers. Boy, that was a lot of steps.
Yeah, she got away with one. It's all right. Now Raina Lewis has got to make sure she boxes out the shooter there. No harm done for Del City.
Manriquez takes a couple of shots, and Thornton finally comes up with a rebound for Del City. Lewis sets up the offense now for the Lady Eagles. Cross-court pass. McCarroll for 3. Shot no good. Smithers with the rebound. And
calling out a bounce or a foul? I couldn't tell.
Well, he called a foul, and then he pointed the other way, but then he corrected it and said, no, the foul's here. So,
yeah, the shooting for Del City, they've been shooting a lot of threes. You will do that against a 2-3 zone, because that's a really easy shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't go in for Thornton.
Yeah, Thornton shot that really hard.
That's true. She needs to soften her touch some around the basket. But Del City's still playing hard on defense. They force a sideline out of bounds turnover there.
4 turnovers, at least 4 turnovers. That doesn't count the steals for Lawton.
And we mentioned Del City's next few games. Lawton High will play Lawton MacArthur's. There's a 3 there.
Boom! Sasha Hunt Smith with a 3 from the top of the key. 25-4 the score.
And Lawton High's next game will be Lawton MacArthur on Friday. That's not legal. But I wanted to mention that's not a basketball district game. It's a school district game.
There you go.
You see a lot of tournaments on this first weekend of January. At least when I say first weekend of school. But Lawton High and Lawton MacArthur are choosing to play a regular season game during those dates.
You know, those games should bring a good gate and bring some nice money into your athletic program.
And it will be on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Shelby Thornton really struggling to make those shots under the basket now. She's missed several of them. She did get her own rebound there and get a second attempt. Well, yeah. Finally.
She just has to get this peace in her mind when she has the ball, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of hands around her, but no one's going to really block her shot, so she needs to be very at ease when she shoots it.
Who picked up that foul for Del City? Did you catch that?
I did not.
Manriquez misses another long 2.
Love the way McCarroll uses her body. Made a nice pass there to Raina Lewis.
Raina Lewis gets her first points of the ball game.
We're going to see this on our Super Subs instant replay.
Super Subs has chicken Phillies. Try the deluxe buffalo or barbecue chicken. Appreciate them being our sponsor for instant replay. Raina Lewis takes the inbound pass, gives it right back to Hunt Smith in the corner. Thornton posted up, down low. Now Smithers just slowly crossing the baseline, or crossing the paint, the baseline. Thornton with the rebound, and she puts that one in with authority.
Yeah, and a lot of these threes that are being shot by Del City, they're just taking what the defense is giving them, and that's what you're going to get against a 2-3 zone. The key is, can you slide in and get offensive rebounds, and they have been.
There's a three by Lawton, a little short, front of the rim. McCarroll with the rebound.
Just good post position there by Thornton.
Yeah,
and a good post entry pass from Raina Lewis. It's very simple basketball right now that Del City's playing.
Yeah, and with Thornton's size advantage down there, as long as she does a good job of not going too hard off the glass of the ball, she's pretty unstoppable right now. There's a block with the rebound. You call that a takeaway almost for McCarroll. Smithers misses the three, and Thornton cleans it up.
And this 5-girl unit for Del City, as Lawton High has a numbers advantage, but then Sasha Hunt Smith finally gets her shoe tied. This was a group that, you're expecting to start some and still be very good in 5A. And they're the second team right now, but they're still playing really well.
Manriquez has had quite a few of those long twos where she's followed her shot and gotten the rebound. And Hunt Smith drains another three from the left wing. 36-6 is the score. Del City leading Lawton. This is 3.5 minutes left to play in the second period.
Part of the depth I've been talking about with Del City, they've never had more three-point shooters than they do now. They got 6 or 7 legit ones, and then a couple others who can shoot threes if they have to.
Wow. Thornton with the rebound, a miss by number 21, Jamie Vaughn.
Good attempt, just getting it over Thornton's arms there.
McCarroll for three from the corner, no good. Battle for the rebound on the floor, jump ball. Should go to Lawton.
And now we're about to see Del City's starting lineup back in with a lot of rest.
And they were eager. They're all running out on the court without checking in at the table. And it was McAllister who realized it, and she runs back to the table to tap in. Not that the tap actually means anything.
Well, you can see with this group for Del City, this is more of a press group. This is the team that you play full court pressure with more so than the second team.
Kimaya Davis with the miss, a rebound by Baker.
Oh, what a move.
Becker misses the layup, Bonds with the rebound. McAllister three, top of the key, wide right. A rebound by Vaughn.
Good entry pass, or outlet pass, I should say. And there's a good job by
McAllister.
Morgan, I'm sorry, with the basket.
Yeah. McAllister doing a good job of sharing the ball with her teammate under the basket on the fast break.
But Morgan's right-handed, and she finished in traffic with her left hand.
Wiggins driving in. I thought we were going to have a clean block there, but the foul is called on Morgan. Her first personal, I believe.
And I want to remind people, we haven't forgotten about the Lawton High crowd here, so we have Lawton High free throw sponsors.
Trey Cuddit. And you can scan the QR code that's on the screen now and book your appointment with Trey Cuddit. Why haven't you let Trey Cuddit, where appointments prevent disappointments?
Hope we had that QR code up long enough, but I think we got it. So hopefully those of you watching in Lawton will have scanned it. I think he's got some good deals for you.
Lawton misses on both free throws. It was Wiggins at the line. Bond in the paint, misses the shot. Rebound goes to Dickerson.
See, off the miss, you see Del City's, they have their press set up. That's not something you saw from Del City in years past. That goes for boys and girls. The boys do it too now, which we'll see if they can do that against the really good Lawton High team in the boys game. But pressing off a miss, that shows a real commitment to pressure.
Manriquez with the 15-foot jumper's no good. Del City rebound. McAllister down the court to Morgan. Morgan gives off to Baker. Baker goes to the hole and misses the layup.
The freshman's had two really good-looking moves there and couldn't get the one to fall.
Davis misses a shot on the other end. Long rebound. Manriquez gets a shot blocked. And that air ball is going out of bounds.
You know, with 1:07 to go, if you're Del City, if there's anything to work on here, and we'll see if they try, you may want to just work on passing the ball around and trying to find, like they got their first basket of the game, Tracy, a backdoor cutter. See if they can figure out some ways to get easy shots against the 2-3 zone, not just shoot the first three available. Or they'll shoot the first three available.
Moore kicks the ball out to Morgan. A rebound by Baker, misses the shot, gets her own rebound and puts it in.
Really like this freshman. And by the way, I mean, you know, Morgan's got the green light. Talking about Kamaya Morgan, so she'll shoot the first three available no matter what, and she probably should.
Baker gives it to Morgan on the fast break. Rebound McAllister. She misses the shot, puts it back up, no good, draws the foul.
Yeah, if you're the Eagles, you're definitely thinking we could have a lot more points than this. They've missed some shots in the paint. That's okay in this game. Get out of your system. They're going to need some future games. Again, Class and SAS, the rematch against Midwest City that we'll have on here. When you want to have those types of things out of your system.
McAllister really struggling. She has been phenomenal on defense, but really struggling shooting the ball tonight. 0 for 5 from the field and misses her first free throw. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. The score's 40-6. Del City on the lead. McAllister gets on the board with the free throw.
She has a good shooting form, so I think that those shots will start to come for her.
Full court pressure by Del City and a turnover by Lawton as they throw that one out of bounds.
Let's see if Del City holds for a last shot.
21 seconds, pushing it quickly. Morgan for three. It's long. Rebound by Baker. Kicks it back out. Now McAllister for three. Little long. Wiggins with the rebound for Lawton. She goes around Moore and then has the ball tipped away by McAllister out of bounds.
Well, so much filling for the last shot. But, you know, again, like I said, Kamaya Morgan will not be shy. And she'll make those threes in bunches, even though she's missed a few tonight. And what's the call there? It looked like Del City got a clean steal, and then the ref points to the sideline. I guess that's just to say we're going to throw it out there again. It's called Morgan for the foul.
It's at least her second. I missed a couple. Couldn't see who they were signaling the number, but Baker gets a steal on the inbound play.
On time.
Off the glass by Moore. No good at the buzzer. We're going to halftime with the Del City Lady Eagles leading the Lawton Lady Wolverines 41-6. I want to thank you for watching high school basketball here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese, it's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Whataburger, please print back the Monterey melt. Print back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're printing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Print it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
All right, welcome back to Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. If you're watching from Lawton, halftime here is brought to you by Home Tech Solutions. The weather can be unpredictable in Oklahoma, so the last thing you need is a malfunctioning HVAC system. The best way to make sure your heating and cooling units don't break down is by scheduling regular maintenance from Home Tech. Call today to set up an appointment at 580-919-0328. I also want to thank one of our sponsors throughout the year in all sports, and that is Whataburger. And if you're watching the commercials we have, one of the exciting things going on at Whataburger is that they are bringing back the Monterey Melt. So basically it goes like this. You ask, they listen. The Monterey Melt from Whataburger is back for a limited time, and that has the flavor you've missed. I missed that terribly. It's been 5 years. I may go get one tonight at the new Whataburger located on 15th Street in Midwest City. All right, they're pausing the clock for us to resume the second half. But, and Tracy, I know you're counting the numbers here. We're going to say a few things about where Del City is in the standings. So, Class and SAS actually has played more district games. That's why they're ahead of Del City in the standings. Midwest City is in third place. But Del City and Midwest City will start to play Class and SAS more this month and next month. So those will be some games to look forward to as well. But the boys' standings will be really interesting here as we're going to get ready to resume the third quarter.
Yeah, just trying to total up a few points from the first half. The leading scorer for the Del City Lady Eagles in the first half, Paris Baker with 9 points. 8 for Shelby Thornton. Thornton picked up 6 boards to go along with those 8 points. 7 points for Kamaya Morgan. 4 points for Sanaya Bonds. 3 points for Mackenzie Smithers. And 3 points for Sasha Hunt-Smith. 2 for Raina Lewis. 1 for Josiah McAllister. 1 for Courtney McCarroll.
That's Thompson and by the way from Midwest City. So they're actually already changing their starting lineup some and bringing in a player that was not in the rotation in the first half. Talia Thompson, who got a steal just there. Another sophomore.
Del City out-rebound Lawton 27-14 in that first half. And interesting enough, Del City took 17 threes in the first half, connecting on only 4 of them. 17 total field goals attempted by Lawton in the first half. Baker with 2 free throws here after the foul. Misses on the first. Connects on the second. She has 10 points in the ball game now. Only player in foul trouble in the game is Gabby Wright for Lawton. She has 3 fouls.
Del City going with a really small lineup here. Tori Moore and Sanaya Bonds not starting this third quarter. Of course, you can do that when the score is what it is.
Nice physical hustle play there by Mila Walker, and she draws the foul going to the basket.
Yeah, she got, I give credit to Walker seeing right away, like, okay, we got a size advantage, and I'm going to be aggressive in the paint there.
Zandra Moore called for the foul.
With Lawton shooting, we have some Trey Cuddett's free throws for you. Please, if you're in Lawton, scan that QR code on the screen right now.
Trey Cudditt, why haven't you let Trey Cudditt? Where appointments prevent disappointments. Mila Walker misses on the first free throw, has a second one coming. Misses it as well, and the rebound goes to Danielle Cox.
That's 3 players who didn't play at all starting the third quarter.
And our third quarter, folks, brought to you by Patrick Newby, Farmers Insurance. The Newby Agency is your local Oklahoma Farmers Insurance agency in Midwest City. Our agency is family-owned and operated and has been serving the public for over 40 years. Our office is located off of 29th and Air Depot near Tinker Air Force Base. Come by and see us at 560 West Boeing Drive, Suite A, or give us a call at 405-733-7671.
Paris Baker now basically the post player for Del City. Getting the offensive rebound, the putback, playing on the interior in defense.
Scramble for the loose ball. Lawton had the numbers. Wiggins misses the shot, and rebound goes to Talia Thompson.
Well, you can see the speed and acceleration by McAllister. She just went again a little too hard there on the shot.
Baker with the rebound, kicks it out to Thompson, who missed the three. Now Wiggins with a fast break. Baker on D. Wiggins couldn't handle the defense of Baker there.
Baker got away with a swipe. That's called the law. Not saying it should be, but it often is.
Cox drives down and scores. She just goes straight to the hole with it. 46-6 the score, 5:40 left to play in this Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance third period.
Danielle Cox, a junior, 5'4", but you can tell she is very comfortable with the basketball, very comfortable pushing it in transition.
Baker tips the ball away. Eventually it goes out of bounds off the hands of a Del City player. McCarroll and Lewis checking into the game for Del City.
Kind of looks like right now Coach White's only wants to play guards. Bringing in a couple more guards. Her interior players not playing. Maybe that's an act of mercy on her. I don't know.
Could be an act of mercy. Could be an attempt to get them to work on blocking out a little bit more. I mean, Thornton and Bonds were getting a lot of rebounds.
But, Lawton High needs to take advantage of this, get the score more respectable. The rim protection, the interior defense is not what you normally will see for Del City, so try to take advantage of that. So we have more Trey Cuddett's free throws.
Trey Cuddett. Why haven't you let Trey Cuddett, where appointments prevent disappointments? Scan the QR code on the screen now to schedule your appointment. Kamaya Davis misses her first free throw.
I'll be interested to see how Lawton High does against other teams that you may be competitive against. Good offensive rebound there. So now the size advantage goes to Lawton High, and they're starting to take advantage of it more as Mila Walker gets fouled.
That foul goes on Danielle Cox.
But talking about Lawton High, they haven't played Western Heights yet or John Marshall. And I think those are two teams they might be able to beat. So they may be able to get some district wins, get a more favorable seed come playoff time. Again, it's basketball, so every team's going to be in the playoffs.
Trey Cuddett free throws once again for Lawton, and another miss. So struggling at the free throw line, 0 for 10 now at the line, the Lawton Lady Wolverines. Lewis out top of the basketball for Del City. Three by Thompson, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Del City. Kimaya Davis and Danielle Cox battling for it as it went out of bounds. Chloe Manriquez comes back into the ball game.
Doesn't seem like we've seen as many threes shot yet by Del City. I don't know if that's deliberate. Try to find different ways to score. Again, you go up against a 2-3 zone, that's going to be the shot you often will see available.
Yeah, Thompson put up a three just a few minutes ago on a possession. A couple of offensive rebounds on that possession, and she was left open out top. Pass inside, tipped away. Looked like Lawton was going to come up with the ball, and then Del City steals it right back away again.
Oh, nice pass. Good position by McAllister, or McCarroll. Now there's McCarroll and McAllister. There was for the boys last year. Now there is for the girls. Well, McCarroll, even though she's not tall, she's very crafty in the paint. She can be an inside scorer against a lot of players, even players that are taller than her by a bit.
Her instincts to know where to be to get a rebound or come up with a loose ball, she just seems to always be in the right place. And that's a very instinctive thing on her part. It has to be. And a lot of basketball that's taught her that.
We have a 30-second timeout here. For Del City, we're going to see Sasha Hunt-Smith come back in. Remember, as we go to our webcam here, this is the first game back for her. You remember, Tracy, you saw the games against Shawnee in the playoffs last year against Guthrie, just how good she is. And when she gets going, again, the depth of this team will be really impressive, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out against some of the tougher competition in this district.
Yeah, and again, looking at all this youth that's come in, so you have all these young guards, then you have some experienced guards, you got some experienced height that you can bring into the ball game as well, not to mention the younger size that we've already seen play. There's just a great mixture, and as Coach White learns how to, throughout the season, as she figures out the best mixture for her lineup, it's going to be pretty tremendous to see what these young ladies are capable of. Lawton with the ball coming out of the timeout. Wiggins now at top. Dribbles off her foot, chases it down, picks the ball up. And Wiggins goes right to the hole, misses the layup. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Wiggins, I believe.
She made a nice move. She took Smithers off the dribble. Again, did everything but make the shot.
She's got some pretty good athleticism out there and has made some decent moves with the ball. Having trouble completing the shot among the trees, so to speak. Moore missing on the three. Rebound goes to Lawton. Smithers gets a hand on it. Then Lewis chases down a loose ball. Toe steps along the sideline. Hunt Smith for three, wide right. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up off the glass for two.
Now that's where I really like to see her play. She's not very tall, but when she makes a move around the paint, she has a way of making taller players look silly. Just with her quickness and her scoring instincts around the basket.
Not to mention the pressure she can put on a guard right at the half-court line.
Yeah, like right there.
Tips it away. Lewis comes up with it. Lewis in the paint, kicks the ball out. McCarroll. Corner. And Moore misses the three. Walker coming down the court for Lawton. Almost threw that one into the backcourt over the head of Davis. Davis comes up with it. Gets around McCarroll. And Manriquez puts one on top of the backboard from the corner. Probably a little contact they're not wanting to call at this point. McCarroll comes up with the ball. High dribble, off the glass, shot no good. Moore with the rebound.
So many times last year that shot would have been called for a foul. But, with the score being what it is, wouldn't be surprised if the refs are more reluctant to call a foul on Lawton this half.
And I'm not saying that these referees are doing it, but something that I have witnessed so many times, in more so in girls' games than boys' games, when it becomes a blowout, the whistle gets very quiet.
Yeah, that's right. You want to get the game over with.
Yeah. Like I said, I see it in girls' games a lot more than boys' games. Well, missed shots by Del City, and Lawton has the ball.
We haven't had a full timeout yet this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see one.
A rebound by Raina Lewis. It's the ball down the court, kicks it over to Hunt Smith, the left wing. Lewis for three, top of the key, boom!
Raina Lewis for three.
Raining threes, Raina. She is as capable a shooter as they have. Doesn't look for her shot as much as other players, but she can hit that open three if she needs to.
And ball tipped out of bounds off the hands of Mila Walker. It'll be Del City basketball. Thornton and Cox check back into the game for the Lady Eagles. Lewis and Moore take a seat.
So now Del City brings in one of their inside players in Thornton.
That three-point shot earlier that Raina Lewis hit, brought to you by Bobby Lewis Insurance. Contact them at their Del City office at 405-670-3665. Mila Walker picked up her third personal foul here in the third period. 53-6 the score. Lawton has not scored in this third period.
Yeah, one thing we haven't seen a lot of this game is teams get to the penalty situation. Doesn't look like it'll happen here either. Only 3 fouls for Del City, 2 for Lawton High.
Thornton under the basket, kicks it back out. McCarroll passes it up. Long three, shot no good. Thornton tips it out. Danielle Cox. And now McCarroll takes the three, shot no good.
It's a good hustle there by Thornton, getting the ball on the ground. Her advantage is in the air because of her height, but she was able to dive on the ground and get that.
Danielle Cox has got some spring in her legs when she shoots that three. Misses it. McCarroll comes up with a steal. Hunt Smith under the basket, kicks it out. Cox misses the three, and there's a buzzer after 3 periods of play. The Del City Lady Eagles lead the Lawton Lady Wolverines 53-6. Thank you for watching high school basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray at Del City High School, where the Del City Lady Eagles are dominating the Lawton Lady Wolverines. Right now the score is 53-6. And we want to thank our fourth quarter sponsor as we are about to begin the final period of play. Louis, located at 6007 Southeast 15th Street in Midwest City. Louis, we're in your neighborhood. And I'm going to tell you, I love fish tacos, and I've eaten fish tacos at a lot of places around the Oklahoma City area. Louis has the best fish tacos I've ever eaten. They're phenomenal.
You know what? I live almost within walking distance from Louis in Midwest City, so I don't complain about that. I just go there sometimes. Sometimes, a lot of times.
And it looks like we're going to have a running clock here in the fourth period. So ball's out of bounds, clock still going. Inbound play comes to Kimaya Davis. Reach-in foul call on Sasha Hunt-Smith.
I want to remind people after the game, we're going to give out our Triple Elite screen printing. That's what they are now, Trace. Triple Elite screen printing. Player of the game, kind of like Sasha Hunt-Smith. At the Smith, we had screen printing for Triple Elite because that's what they are. We'll talk with Coach White, whoever the player is, who's player of the game for Del City. And then we'll play an interview I have with Del City boys coach Lenny Hatchett, getting ready for the boys game.
Loose ball scramble. Smithers gets down there. I think it's Smithers. Yes, gets down and gets a hold of it. Jump ball is called, and possession arrow goes to Del City. Danielle Cox will inbound.
The main thing here is, besides you don't want anyone to get hurt, can just work as getting this smooth half-court operation against a 2-3 zone as you can.
Thornton takes the pass at the high post, drives in, puts up the shot, and draws the foul.
So I like that Thornton does that. She gets the ball in the high post. If she has a driving lane, go ahead and dribble in. It's just a matter of finishing, although she got fouled there, and we'll shoot some Toonie Bice House's free throws.
One thing I would like to see from Thornton in this particular game, she's so much taller than the rest of the players. As she goes in to finish, elevate where she can strongly get the ball up off the glass and get the make even when she's fouled.
Yeah, I want to see her make her free throws consistently. I know she does too.
Toonie Buys House is a sponsor for those free throws. Just to remind you, they buy homes in any condition. 405-931-3046. Thornton hit one of those free throws. 54-6 the score. McCarroll going over the back of a right, tips the ball away. Eventually McCarroll comes up with it, gives it to Cox. Cox has her shot blocked by Kimaya Davis. Might have been a little body contact there. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But, you know, I like that. They're trying to give Danielle Cox as many scoring chances as they can because, you know, right now she's not in the 10-player rotation, but she's giving them good minutes this third quarter and fourth quarter.
Zandra Moore checks back into the ball game. Sasha Hunt-Smith for three. Back iron, no good. Ball kicked out, and it is Hunt-Smith coming up with it again.
Good position there, and she finished with her left hand.
Thompson drives in, makes the dish to Thornton, who, as Jordan was saying, had good position.
Well, one thing I should also talk about was we're putting quite a spotlight here on Shelby Thornton, understandably so. She's made a lot of good passes out of the post. She's caught the ball close to the basket, but knows she's going to be doubled, has looked for her teammates really well.
Danielle Cox with the rebound off a miss by Lawton. Gives it Hunt Smith, left wing. Dribbles and kicks it right back out. In the corner is Thompson for three. Front iron, no good. Foul called on Del City. On Zundra Moore, her third personal.
We have some subs here. I want to remind people of some things. Lawton High, again, will be playing Lawton MacArthur this Friday on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And I want to show you real quick, if I have a moment. May not have a moment during the game here, but here's some games coming up next week for Mid-Del. Take that off there so we can get to the rest of the game as Del City gets a steal.
Danielle Cox with that steal. Moore with it now, kicks it back out to Thompson inside to Thornton. Nice move by Moore.
Ooh, quite the jump ball there.
Jump ball possession goes to Lawton. Thornton and Kimaya Davis tied up.
So next week, Midwest City, as I was shown earlier, is going to play Altus at Midwest City, but it will still be an Altus crew, I believe, coming to do that game.
We'll verify that.
Yeah, we'll verify that. I did talk to the Altus people. I just want to make sure I haven't gotten a firm answer yet, but we're expecting that game. We'll just put it that way. I do know that Eric will take care of the one team we haven't seen on the Oklahoma Sports Network yet this year is the Crawford boys. And they, along with the girls, will be in action over in the southwest part of the state next Thursday and Friday. They'll be at Lawton MacArthur on a Thursday. That's a weird scheduled game. It's because of football. They were supposed to play that game earlier in the season. They pushed it back, found an open date. That was the date. The next day, Friday the 17th of this month, Carl Albert will go to Elgin, and that game will also be on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
And they've had some good games in the last few years.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that because all three of those games I can probably sit back and just watch them. As we get ready for the Carl Albert tournament in a couple weeks. Del City girls will be in that. That'll be the next time you get to see the Del City girls in the Oklahoma Sports Network.
2.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Del City leading 56-6. Back iron by Davis. Del City comes up with the rebound. Danielle Cox brings the ball up the court. Slows things down. And Del City's going to spread the court. Raina Lewis for three. A little long. Smithers with the rebound. And another three. Boom! Bobby Lewis insurance three by Danielle Cox. Surprisingly great rates. 2 locations to serve you. You can contact them in Choctaw at 405-281-6700.
Make sure I get this right there, Tracy. Lawton High, no points at all this half.
No points in the second half of play.
Okay.
3 2-point buckets, no made free throws, over 10 or maybe more than that now on free throws. Only a couple of attempted threes in the game. They had 2 attempted threes in the first half, did not connect on either one of those. Took a lot of long twos, especially Manriquez. Inbound play. Moore thought about a three, passes off instead, and Del City just swing the ball around the perimeter now. Under a minute to play, 59-6, the Lady Eagles leading the Lady Wolverines. Zundra Moore drives in, puts up a shot, has it blocked, and it's Danielle Cox coming up with the rebound. Lewis at the high post, kicks it back out. Cox a long three. Ball tipped out by Walker of Lawton.
Well, we have this dead ball. I want to go and say our triple elite screen printing player of the game, we agreed, will be Paris Baker.
Paris Baker, 10 points in the game, not played much at all in the second half. Raina Lewis, 3-point no good. Walker with the rebound, pushing the ball up the court, dribbling a little high, keeping her hand on top of the ball. Kimaya Davis kicks it out to Asaya Moore. Shot no good. And a rebound and a putback by Mila Walker. It's her first points of the ball game. 12 seconds left. Thompson for three, no good. Davis with the rebound, pushing it up the court. Shoots from half court with 5 seconds left. Ball goes into the stands, and that is the end of the ball game. 59-8, the final score. The Del City Lady Eagles defeat the Lawton Lady Wolverines. Again, the Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game is Paris Baker. Triple Elite Screen Printing. Find world-class designs and hot new styles. Jordan Ray is going down to meet with Coach Mariah White. Talk to her about how this game has gone and what her expectations for the remaining of the rest of the week are. Also get a chance to talk to Paris Baker, the Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game. And as Jordan gets Paris Baker over there.
All right, Trey. Okay, let's start with Coach White. Coach, first game in 2.5 weeks. So what was your message to your team before the game? How do you feel like they did?
Our message was come out here and play our brand of basketball. So come out here, play hard, be disciplined, do things that we want to do. And I think they did pretty well. We did all right tonight.
How nice is it to have a freshman as your player of the game here? And what can you say about what she's been doing this season?
Big time. I mean, in Paris, I think she's used to these moments. Player of the game today, but it's nothing new to us. So I think it's surprising a lot of other people, but we already know what they expect from Paris.
Well, we saw from you in the first half, you just take, you have your starters, then you take them out with 5 new players, then 5 starters back in and so on. Is that something we could see even against some more quality competition?
Possibly. If we need 5 fresh legs, then we'll get them out there. Everything is game by game, but
Okay, Coach, I hope you make that Bartlesville tournament and then beyond that, but good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Freshman Paris Baker, player of the game. Paris, I don't know when you got through the starting lineup, but was that something that you were excited about, being the starter?
Of course.
Okay, and talk about your game. You're almost 6 feet tall. We said we only have one 6-footer on Del City. I was like, no, Paris might get there because she's only a freshman. But you're very much, you like playing like a guard too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how would you describe your game here in this game as far as winning player of the game? Because you were active on both ends. You were definitely trying to get offensive rebounds. What was key for you?
I just needed to play harder. Like, I could get every rebound if I really tried, and I really could do better every game. I should have finished my layups. I should have got more rebounds. I should have sprinted more. That's pretty much it.
Okay, are you having fun this year?
Yes, sir.
What's been the most fun for you?
Practice, getting better every time.
Okay, glad that's going for you well in practice. Paris, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach White. All right, again, coming up, interview with Coach Hatchett.
All right, again, your Triple Elite Screen Printing, the player of the game, freshman Paris Baker. Find world-class designs and hot new styles at Triple Elite Screen Printing. Had the post-game interviews there with Coach Mariah White and Paris Baker. The final score, the Del City Lady Eagles defeat the Lawton Lady Wolverines 59-8. And we're getting ready for the boys tip-off here in a few minutes. We're going to go to our pregame interview with Coach Lenny Hatchett of the Del City Eagles.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese, it's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
The honey butter chicken biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the honey butter chicken biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brumped it all right. What a burger.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
The honey butter chicken biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the honey butter chicken biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you still hear me? Through the headset? Okay. It'll get louder during the boys' game. All right, is that the last commercial?
have you ever seen an insurance
Okay,
commercial?
we'll make this the last
yourself,
one.
Are they really telling me the truth?
Then play the Del City bumper.
Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Okay. Oh, here.
Okay, talking with Coach Hatchett here.
Nothing's ready for you.
Del City's about to take on Lawton High.
Coach,
first, the trivia question here.
Going really scared. Okay.
If you could help me out with this. This past, or during the Del City Holiday Festival,
down. We don't need
Marquis
these.
Swimming
The
was
girls.
the first freshman to start for you since when?
That would be Nate Goodlow.
Nate Goodlow. So we're talking back.
Maximize something. We right-click on the number.
He graduated in 2020, so he was starting.
That's the district standings for boys. I think that's Lawton High's schedule and results.
Well, obviously,
Del City's results.
Mr. Fleming, Marquise Fleming had to do something you really were liking to start.
We'll be able to show these
players you're bringing off the bench
in succession.
Like, Johnson and others.
Okay, and then starters.
Yeah, he's got some good practice.
We get the starting line sponsor for the
kind of the good thing, so to say, of having some depth and some kids that are just kind of ready.
Remember the name of the who the P announcer was? It was Micah.
It was
Unruh's the last name.
Mike Unruh, yeah. Okay, let's get
absolutely. Jane
minimize the girls' ones here.
We look back at your win against Lawton MacArthur.
5.
Things started changing in the second half on offense. You made a conscious effort to go inside to Caleb Blackwolf. Was that something?
So now I got the starting lineups in order here for Lawton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Del City 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be the right ones.
He had that, the mismatch. And he's just the type of kid, though, that understands when he has that mismatch, and when he wants the ball, he can find a way to get it. And our team did a good job.
All right, go ahead and reset the scoreboard.
Utilize his size and his ability to be able to go
0-0 in the first quarter.
One of the things that's interesting about watching this year's team, and I think it may have been a little bit true about last year, but not.
Okay, remember
not
this. So scoreboard
prior to that.
And
how much you guys pressure now.
Well, you can keep it up if you want.
Even
you can drag it to over here.
And that's something that I always thought. If teams have pressure on a miss,
okay, now let's see. Let me go ahead and
does that
I'm going to fix the replay. I'm going to shorten the delay for the replay here. But we want to get more replays.
You work on those
again,
things.
what you would do is
I wouldn't say
replay when once the basket goes in, because we're just going to replay the score. Click on this, and then the main shot's here.
We're trying to make sure we're picking up guys earlier off.
So don't forget what the main shot is. That's the one we want to take that one. This one will be tempting if you're not ready for it. But I'm going to go ahead and
we have and the number of bars that we have, there's no reason why we should be rested and waiting on teams to bring the ball up the floor. I told our guys.
It's not actually instant replay on when you pull it up here. It's video delay.
Back to the right one. Game. You told me afterwards that we should have recognized. I was able to talk to you right after the game. We should recognize Devon Shaw, and we did. And he had
for the bottom there. There it is.
Fourth quarter. Was that like a breakout game for him?
What's up, Andy?
And what makes him able to do that? Have that type of game?
I don't know. I wouldn't say a breakout game. He had a really, really good game down in Norman. Defensively, he just got after it. We've known the kid can shoot the basketball, and if he's on, he's going to be able to shoot the basketball. He's got some range. He's got a high motor. He's coachable. He wants to be good. And I was just really happy for him that those shots fell down for him in the fourth quarter. One, we needed him. Two, he deserved it because he's one of those kids that's been committed and working hard since day one.
Now you've had a week off plus to prepare for Lawton High, and so what are some things that you've been wanting to focus on in your practices with all these practices together?
Well, we're focusing on their offense transition is really good. They've got some really, really good ball players that get up and down the floor. Rebounding is going to be a key, and just trying to make every shot that they take make it difficult. They'll run and jump you. You got to take care of the basketball. So we've been trying to really focus on just limiting turnovers, understanding what we need to do by passing, cutting, and just trying to play together. And hopefully we can do some things that'll bother them as well.
And I believe Lawton High played some games in Texas over the holidays. Were you able to watch any of those games?
Yeah. I watched them play a couple games.
I got them right here.
Down the wire, Tulsa Memorial, and even got a chance to watch them play Midwest City a little bit. Like I said, and I didn't watch them play. I guess they were in a tournament over in Texas, but I didn't see any of those games because we kind of had our own stuff going on. But it's like I tell our guys, we know it's going to be a dog fight. We know it's going to be a 20 game, but it's still early in the season. But it is a district game. And
play the next commercial. Whatever's the last one you haven't played or you played. Not the last one you played, but below.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing
Whatever's
you guys
next.
can. Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, Jordan.
We only have so many commercials. We need to get more. No, we won't. Okay, next time we want to play a bumper in between.
Please, Brent.
All right, but go ahead and play that long bumper. We want to get that in because Eric sent me today. So
we're Brenting it back.
No. Okay, don't. So we want to play this, then a commercial. But when we have a commercial go, we don't want to cut it off. So go back to that commercial when this is done. We got time, thankfully. We'll make it just one commercial, and then we'll go back live. And when we go back live, Tracy, I can talk about standings, Lawton High results, and Del City results. Justin Verlander going to the Giants.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey.
So then go to the
Brent back.
Short bumper.
Message
Not
received.
the Del City one, but the other short one.
Back. Grilled
And
peppers
then we're going to go back live, but go to the webcam.
Jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it.
And then after
the Whataburger
we talk for a
Monterey
few
melt
seconds, you
is
can take
back.
the main camera shot.
We
all right.
it, all right.
No, we're going to play the bumper first.
What a burger.
Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett and Jordan Ray at Del City High School. We just completed the girls' game where the Del City Lady Eagles come up with the big win, 59-8 over the Lawton Lady Wolverines. Now it's time for the boys, the Del City Eagles versus the Lawton Wolverines. And this is a big-time matchup this year in 5A and in this District 2. Jordan's got some information for us about how these two teams stack up.
Well, first of all, we got a good look of both teams. Well, we've had both teams play some big games on the network up to this point, but we got introduced to both teams playing against Midwest City, hosting the Bombers. The Bombers are the defending 5A champs, and return a lot of good players from that team, even though they lost some good ones as well. And man, did they struggle against these two teams, especially on offense. These two teams showed an unbelievable amount of team speed and defense, and just really got in the grill of the Midwest City guards, made it really hard for them. Okay, so let's go and take a look at the main camera shot here. As our producer Robert's doing a good job. So we have a zoomed in shot, but you can see the bit there. Okay. Also, Del City and Lawton High being the same color schemes, they both have those Indiana Hoosier warm-up pants. We're not going to see it from Lawton High tonight, but we see it from Del City. But Lawton High has worn that at home. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the district standings here. This is 5A District 2, and both teams are tied in the loss column. Del City, and they're, like you mentioned earlier, Tracy, they started the season a little bit later, essentially, in basketball, so they have one less district game as of right now, but they'll catch that up. And they're tied with John Marshall. John Marshall going off to a good start. They haven't played either one of these two teams yet, but they did beat Midwest City as well, so the Bombers are struggling in road district games right now. We'll see if that changes. But, again, who's going to win this district? Who's going to have the top seed? Who's going to host a regional? That's a big deal in the playoffs, is to host a regional. Whoever wins this game will have the inside track for that. Whoever loses will not necessarily be in bad shape, but they're going to have some ground to make up. Let's look at Lawton High's schedule for a second here. Now, the girls' team doesn't do as well right now. We hope that changes for them. But the boys' team, they've been awesome. They've already played in 2 tournaments. That's why they have more games than the Del City boys. And then they played a Texas tournament like Midwest City did, but in their Texas tournament, Lawton High, they played 4 games in 3 days. They played 2 games on the Friday, December 27th. 2 games. You don't see that very often. And they played in one other tournament here. Let's look at Del City. They played a couple games over the holidays as well. Nice win against Todd MacArthur, really good fourth quarter. And, their only loss to Norman North, that was when they just got their football players back. So they're in good shape as well. And we're going to have the lineups brought to you, by the way, a new PA announcer for Del City. John Kilty has stepped down from doing that. And so it's going to be, and I already forgot his last name.
Unruh.
Okay. And we look forward to him announcing these starting lineups for us. Starting lineups brought to you by
Dynamic Health. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better and recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic.
And now for the Lawton Wolverines. Number 2, Tavares Deans. Number 3, Pene Vesecote. Number 10, Anthony Patrick. Number 23, Bray Burrell. And number 55, Champ Brewer.
We missed one starter there, but I think a late change for Lawton High, but now we're going to see Dell City starters.
And now for your Dell City Eagles. Number 3, a 6'2" senior, Myshawn Graham. Number 5, a 5'10" junior, Kamon Shaw. Number 10, a 6'1" senior, Jay Sean McAllister. Number 24, a 6'1" sophomore, Kayla Blackwolf. And number 35, a 6'5" junior, Marcus Fleming. The Eagles are coached by head coach Lenny Hatchett, assisted by Tommy Griffin, Tyler Williams, and Teus Jeffries.
A couple things we need to point out here. Let's go ahead and show you starting lineups one more time here, brought to you by Dynamic Health Clinic. And by the way, the starter, we got the girls, my mistake there, to our producer, Robert. For the boys, number 11 will be number 55 in this game. That's Chance Brewer. And then for Midwest City, number 35 is actually Tavon Johnson, who was, they did switch numbers, and I think the PA announcer got the wrong, or the old roster, so that's why that happened.
Dell City.
So for Dell City, Tavon Johnson's actually starting at center, I believe. Yep, I can see him coming out.
Okay, so that is Tavon Johnson.
Yes.
Okay.
He's an important player for that team.
Our first quarter brought to you by Scrambled. We start this game the way you should start your day. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep fried French toast, 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A, Oklahoma City, 405-900-5972.
So they're going to call backcourt. Tavon Johnson deflected the pass, but he didn't deflect it to the backcourt. He made Burrell, bobble the ball, and then when it went past the half-court line, they're going to say Burrell could have controlled it, and that's why it's a turnover on Lawton High. That's how Dell City loves to start. They love to force turnovers. So does Lawton High, so we'll see if they can on their first defensive trip.
Myshawn Graham gets the ball into Johnson, shoots from the baseline, shot no good. Offensive board and put back by Jay Sean McAllister.
Jay Sean McAllister will cover a lot of ground in only a short amount of time, and Lawton High has to be very conscientious of him crashing the glass from the perimeter.
Now Lawton, high pressure defense by Dell City here. Working inside, getting the shot up, on rebound, misses it, gets his own rebound again, and puts it back in, is Tavares Deans.
He's their playmaker. He's the guy who can score at will against a lot of good defenses, and he did a good job getting into the heart of the Dell City defense. Dell City will throw some really big bodies at him, though. We'll see if that can slow him down at all.
Running points, Kamon Shaw for Dell City. Right into the paint. Shot off the glass by Blackwolf.
McAllister, wow. And Blackwolf and McAllister with the miss.
Three from the corner, boom! That one by Anthony Patrick, and the three is brought to you by Trey Cuddit in Lawton. Why haven't you let Trey Cuddit, where appointments prevent disappointments?
Del City misses a couple layups. Lawton High rebounds the last one, and they turn it into a quick three. That's going to be important. You can't give the other team transition with bad offense.
Del City running their offense. McAllister for three from the left wing. Shot no good. Try to tip it back in, and it is Patrick pushing the ball the other way.
Del City going man.
Dean's out top, driving in. Kicks the ball down low. There's a blocked shot by Black Wolf. McAllister going to the hole, and he draws the foul. Boy, with two defenders on him, he went up awfully loose with the ball, just coming off of one hand with it.
McAllister's playing with a lot of energy. That's good. But sometimes when he plays with a lot of energy with the ball, he doesn't always finish or make the play you want. But he did a good job getting the free throw line. There's some Toonie Bice-House's free throws. Interesting matchup. Caleb Blackwolf, who they're using him as their best defender against the team's best guard, not McAllister. And Blackwolf is the one guarding Deans, and Deans has gotten to the paint a couple times on him, something he kept Deshaun Denson from Midwest City from doing that much. So
McAllister
to keep watching.
McAllister misses the first free throw. Second one about to go up. Toonie buys houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call them today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046.
So McAllister's playing really hard, but he's missed a layup and now two free throws. This is something Coach Hatch talked to me about. They cannot leave points on the board. Lawton High is not a team you want to do that against. That is an ongoing issue for Del City. That usually gets better in the second half.
Some high-pressure defense on Patrick by McAllister, and now it's Vaisa Gote puts up the shot, no good. There's an offensive board by Deans, and the ball goes out of bounds off Del City.
Blackwolf has got to stay with Deans even when a shot goes up. He got too far in the basket, and that ball ricocheted quickly off the rim. That's why you don't want to be too far in the basket, because those type of rebounds are hard to get.
Deans inbounds the ball under the basket. Kicks it out to Burrell. Champ Brewer with the ball now, working against the defense of Kaman Shaw.
It's a good switch, good deflection.
Graham going to the hole, has a shot blocked.
And we're seeing layups missed by Del City in part because these are right-handed players who don't want to finish with their left hand right there. They've done that a couple times.
Shaw getting a good hand in there. Three from the corner by Lawton. Shot no good. Rebound, Del City. Johnson coming up with that rebound. McAllister gives the ball to Graham to run point.
Lawton High also going man.
McAllister for three. Shot no good. Rebound, Lawton. Dean's going to bring the ball back out.
And he's covered now by McAllister on switch, but that's still a good matchup for Del City on defense.
Burr gives it to Burrell at the high post. Lawton runs their offense. No shot. 5-2 the score. Lawton leading Del City with 4 minutes to play here in the first period.
Nice crossover.
He finished with his left. And Champ Brewer for two.
He's a playmaker according to his coach. He's switched to number 55. His home uniform might be 11, but good shot there.
Graham gets into the paint, kicks the ball out. Three, no good. Deans driving in, picks up his dribble, takes a hop, tries to spin it off the glass. Ball goes straight up in the air, gets his own rebound, misses it, and scramble for a loose ball. We're on a jump ball.
We have a scramble during a scrambled first quarter.
The scrambled first quarter. Great job, Jordan.
These sponsors mean the world to me. I can't begin to tell you.
Breakfast or lunch, try chicken and pancakes. Now, I've eaten chicken and waffles. Chicken and pancakes sounds good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go there this Sunday morning.
Jaden Johnson in the ball game for Del City.
It's a good sub for Coach Hatchett. Jaden Johnson's the one guy who can go in and make a lot of threes for you. So can this guy.
Shaw a little long on the three, no good. And that ball is going into the backcourt.
Well, it's still early in the game, but this is not uncommon for Del City. Even against Midwest City, against Lawton McCarthy, even a bit against Dartmoor. These are the games we've had in the Oklahoma Sports Network here at Del City High School. The first quarter was not their best quarter, and that's what we're seeing so far here.
Well, they're not getting outplayed terribly. They're down 5.
Yeah.
It's a really close game, and there's a steal.
Well, you see, that's the problem. They're missing too many layups.
Now, Graham has a layup, goes for the dunk, misses it. And we're going to have an and one by Jaden Johnson.
See if we can get a replay here.
A replay brought to you by Super Subs, where they have the chicken Phillies. Try the deluxe buffalo or barbecue chicken.
Toonie buys houses free throws made. The score is now 7-4.
Again, Toonie buys houses. Contact them at 405-931-3046. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call them today for a cash offer.
You know, Jaden Johnson, that's why it's a good stuff for Coach Hatchett. He might be the team's best offensive guard. Not their best overall guard because Black Wolf and McAllister are such fierce defenders. You see Johnson got a foul there, almost got forced a turnover, but just a little too handsy according to the refs. But Jaden Johnson is their best, or at least so far as what I've seen, their best offensive guard because he can shoot. He's gotten better at finishing around the basket.
You know, whoever wins this game will be in the lead for being at the top of the district and be in the driver's seat. Pressure by Del City. Works out. Misses a layup. That was Marquise Fleming missing the layup.
Marquise Fleming, the first freshman to start for Del City in 8 seasons, according to Coach Hatchett. That was not an easy layup, though, but still you got to be a little frustrated for Coach Hatchett that you're not making more of these.
Well, you get all that energy into getting that steal, and then you go to the rim hard trying to, get there before the defense, and you end up coming too hard off the glass with the ball.
Yeah, I think if you're Del City, you still like what you're seeing on defense. You're forcing turnovers. Lawton High's got to be a little concerned that they're not moving as efficiently as they need to on offense, and this is the identity of Del City. This is the best pressure defense I've seen since the Oklahoma Sports Network started covering games. Now, that 2020 team was pretty good at pressure too, but they didn't go full court as much. And then after that, you had Brandon Garrison. You may remember him, the McDonald's All-American. That they didn't rely on pressure as much because they could protect the paint so well with them. This Del City team has a lot of guards who can pressure you full court for an extended period of time.
Del City getting to the line better than Lawton here early in the game, but interesting stat, 9 rebounds for Lawton to 6 for Del City, but that also reflects more missed shots by Del City.
And turnovers forced by Del City, like right there. So no defensive rebound because they forced a turnover. They forced some of those this game.
And Demarion Turner in the ball game for Del City. He's at the top of the key. Marquise Fleming pulls up. Boy, that was a pretty shot. It just rattles around the rim, comes out.
Very makeable shot in his part.
Driving in is Patrick, gets stuck at the free throw line, kicks the ball back out. A lot of cutting. Screen set. Marcus Rucker down low and a travel. Travel was called on Nikel Adams.
Turnover is a problem for Lawton High. They've committed a couple of dead ball turnovers there. Those aren't as bad because you can set up your defense after those, but still not with their coach, Chavis Smith, second-year coach. He's done a really good job with this program. That's something Del City should do more of there. Give it to Tavon Johnson to paint. Let him create.
Tavon Johnson drives the baseline. Now from the elbows, Jaden Johnson. A rebound by Lawton. Dean's pushing the ball up the court.
What a spin.
Nice pivot.
Well, he's got a nice touch. You could see it. Now, I've watched him on TV a couple times on the network. This is my first time seeing him up close. You can see the complete offensive game there.
3 from the right wing, no good. Rebound by Vaisagote. Another nice move in there. Lawton's got some athletic guys that can elevate very well, and we're going to have a jump ball on the rebound. So stay with Lawton.
Yeah, Del City needs more players around the paint. Not so much to stop the spin move, but just be there to get the offside rebound. Deans is going to sit down for Lawton High. This is a stretch where Del City needs to take advantage of that. They need to try to get some defensive stops that lead to good-looking shots for them on the other end.
Now Patrick checks back into the game. Down low, Adams kicks it across to Rucker. Rucker looking at Patrick now at the top of the key to find it defended by Jaden Johnson. Patrick does a sweep with the ball, dribbles behind his back, loses it, and a foul's called on Johnson.
It's got to be a second.
It is.
I don't think you have to take him out if you're Coach Hatchett because you have enough depth. If he gets three, you're okay, but still not an ideal situation.
Corey Barnes, everybody on the roster, it seems like getting playing time for Lawton right now. Marquise Fleming, he's got a Wolf behind him. The ball stolen away, and the foul's called.
Yep, he had a Wolf, and it wasn't Black Wolf either. That's his teammate. It was a Wolverine, actually, behind him. And that's something you got to learn as a freshman. If you're going to push the ball up, there's certain spots where if you do, you better be fast with the ball, otherwise there's going to be a defender behind you looking to poke it away. Fortunately for this particular freshman, that being Marquise Fleming, did not lead to a Del City turnover.
The foul was called on Rucker. Inbound pass goes to Graham. Right back, Turner for three. That one's off the glass, no good. A rebound by Deans, who's back in the ballgame.
And turn it over. Either you see a good shot from Lawton High in the paint or you see a turnover. That's an encourageous characteristic. Having trouble speaking there. Mistake.
Man defense at half court here. Patrick on Turner. McAllister in the corner. Graham for three. Shot no good. Rebound Lawton. Boy, I said rebound Lawton a lot in this first period already.
Well, Jaden Johnson almost got a third there. You guys be careful. Yeah. But he made a good recovery. He did avoid it.
Rucker asking for the call as well as he politely talks to the official about it.
Now we're going to see Avi Young come back in. He's another good ball handler, defender for Lawton High. Short rest for Tavon Johnson again. I think if Del City continues to struggle in the half court like they are, Tavon Johnson needs to be aggressive and try to get some easy points in the paint.
I think only two players on this Lawton bench have not seen the court in the first period.
That's quite a statement from Chavis Smith, their coach, that he trusts this team, trusts his backups.
Vicegote drives in. Ball comes off his hand, tipped away, out of bounds. It'll be Lawton ball on the baseline. 11 seconds to play in the first. Lawton leads Del City 9-5. 3 fouls on each team. We're not in danger of going into the bonus here. A little shoving going on under the basket.
Vicegote might be the second best player on Lawton High. That would have been a layup against a lot of other teams, but not against Del City. Del City forced the turnover. Because Del City, they move their feet so well and they have such quick hands, and they end up getting a defensive stop here. Their defense has kept them in this game.
Corey Barnes driving in on that last play and takes a hard fall on the baseline. 8 seconds. Graham has it in the front court. 3 seconds. Something's got to happen. We're going to run out of time. The Del City players did not realize where the clock was, and the fans were even cheering, counting down, and they were just clueless on the clock at that point.
That's on Graham. He's got to know better.
9-5 the score. Lawton leading Del City after 1 period of play. The first period brought to you by Scrambled. We'll keep watching high school basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Del City High School where the Lawton Wolverines lead the Del City Eagles 9-5 as we begin the second period of play. This second period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, 5500 Tinker Diagonal. Del City, come to Buffalo Wild Wings, support your favorite Mid-Del winter sports team. Download the team card on your phone, show your wallet, and your team will get 10% of the proceeds. We had a pregame meal there tonight at Buffalo Wild Wings.
That was outstanding.
Del City with the ball to begin the second period.
I think the problem for the Eagles is they just don't have a shot creator right now. Someone who could get them easy shots, and Lawton High is taking advantage of that. They play tremendous team defense.
Maishan Graham and Kaman Shaw taking turns out top, but not getting away from the half-court line much. McAllister has the ball poked away, chases it down just before it goes out of bounds. He's driving in and gets fouled going to the basket.
Well, he's done that a couple times because he's a really good athlete. He's not a good shooter. We'll see if he can get those free throws back. He missed a couple earlier, of course.
These free throws brought to you by Tooney Buys Houses. We buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call us today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046.
0 for 3.
Yeah, struggling. I mean, Del City was struggling to make something happen offensively and just get any ball movement, and he goes to the hole and draws the foul. I love to see it. You need to be able to convert at the free throw line.
Well, the score is 9-5. It just gets magnified. You got to take advantage of every scoring opportunity you have. Del City has not really done that yet, but obviously they're hanging around because of their defense.
And on that make, Del City 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Vice Gote goes to the line, draws the foul. That one going against number 35, Tavon Johnson.
When Lawton High shoots, we have a different free throw sponsor, being Trey Cuttits.
Trey Cuttit. And there is a QR code on the screen, folks. If you can scan that QR code, you can book your appointment right now with Trey Cuttit. Why haven't you let Trey Cuttit, where appointments prevent disappointments?
By the way, that just shows good coaching from Chavis Smith. Lawton High turns a made free throw into a transition opportunity. A good drive by Vasagote on Tavon Johnson drawing that foul.
Vasagote hits the first free throw, misses the second, and Johnson just loses his dribble. Lawton comes up with the ball, transition. Patrick goes to the hole and makes the bucket. Little push off there under the basket.
Yeah, Tavon Johnson can't do that. He can't just go behind his back around this team in Lawton High. That's not the space to do that. He didn't have the room.
Del City struggling offensively with this Lawton defense. 3 put up by Graham, no good. Rebound, Lawton.
You are correct. We've seen it before. At some point, Del City's defense will start to give them some more opportunities, at least against other teams. But Lawton High might be the best team they played this year.
McAllister called for the reaching in foul. He was doing a good job of bodying up without drawing the foul, but then he reaches in. 6:37 left to play in the second period. The Lawton lead is now 6. 12-6 is the score over Del City. Brewer inbounds the ball to Deans. Deans defended by Graham.
Oh, nice.
There's an alley-oop missed by Vasagote, and Del City comes up with the ball.
Now they got a score here.
Jaden Johnson kicks it out to Shaw for 3. Shot no good. Graham gets the rebound. Goes back up, shot blocked. Jaden Johnson with the rebound. Johnson pulls up in the paint, and it bounces around and falls to the hole.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but they did get the basket. Just one of these grinded out games where points started to come by, and Lawton High had a chance to go up 8 there.
Two offensive boards to get that basket. They had to work for that one.
Yeah, we've seen 2 missed dunks this game, 1 by each team.
That one would have been a one that took the roof off of the gym here had it been made. I'm surprised no foul was called on that play as Avi Young drove to the basket, took some contact on the layup attempt.
Yeah, I think Del City got away with one.
Another 3 attempted by Del City. Trying to get the fast break. Turnover by Lawton. Graham's in trouble.
Timeout. You can see that timeout coming because Graham picked up his dribble in what they call dead man's corner, where you only have 90 degrees of play there. You want a lot more than that normally. And so Coach Hatchett will call a 30-second timeout. Right now, Tracy, the defenses are just way ahead of the offenses.
On both sides of the ball, absolutely. Yeah. Feels like Lawton's offense has a little more confidence and a few more playmakers in it.
Absolutely. It's that the Del City playmakers, they win games with suffocating defense, good team basketball, timely three-point shooting. They don't really have that one playmaker. I was hoping to see more of that from Myshawn Graham. I haven't seen it yet. I think he's capable of it. But, you know, a lot of these guards, they're in there because they can defend well, they can dribble, make the right pass. Their scoring ability isn't there to that same level. And one thing they did against Lawton MacArthur, we'll see if they do this in the second half, they started to post up Caleb Blackwolf more. Lawton High's not that much bigger than Lawton MacArthur. So I'm interested to see if Blackwolf's in the game now. That may be an option for Del City. Try to post him up. He has a guard he's got Deans on him. He's got some size on Deans. I mean, Deans is probably a strong guy, but Caleb Blackwolf is really strong.
Well, and just, you know, looking at his legs, I mean, he's got a solid foundation. He's got some diameter in those legs.
There's a reason he plays running back in football and is so good at it. He can drive those legs against just about anybody.
Shaw running point for Del City coming out of the timeout. Patrick screened. Now Shaw goes to the left wing. Blackwolf screens and rolls. Myshawn Graham driving in, pulls up from the elbow. It's good. Just like that, it's a 2-point ball game.
You remember his brother Michael last year, Tracy? I think, now he did that a lot. Myshawn has that same type of ability, and they need it from him right now.
Sigote makes a nice move. Shot is short. Ball goes out of bounds off Lawton's hands. Del City basketball.
It's the first time they've had a chance to tie in a while.
And it doesn't feel like they should be in that position right now, but they are. Tavon Johnson loses the ball and called for the travel.
He had the right idea, but you got to take care of the basketball when you do that spin move. And he was able to keep that ball with him. He was going to spin baseline, and he had a good shot off the glass potentially. But when he spun, he didn't take the basketball with him and then traveled with it.
Deans brings the ball up the court for Lawton. Blackwolf on D. Deans behind his back in the paint, kicks it out. Patrick for three. Boom! It's a Trey Cutt-It three. Why haven't you let Trey Cutt-It where appointments prevent disappointments?
Quick show for you there. Scan that barcode if you're in Lawton.
8 points for Patrick in the ballgame. Over half of the points for Lawton.
Keep it on here.
Blackwolf in the corner. Looking inside, kicks the ball out. Now Graham for three, off the glass, shot no good. Barnes with the rebound. Sigote, did he step out? Yes. As he took off, he did that step back to push off, and he stepped on the sideline. Back to a 5-point lead for Lawton.
And Lawton High's had some shaky possessions where they've stepped out, they've thrown it out, or they've traveled. So is Del City, but I think Lawton High's had a lot of dead ball turnovers, more than they're used to seeing.
In the corner, Jaden Johnson thought about the three. Graham at the top now.
He's being dared to shoot. I wouldn't be against him shooting that shot. He's been given the room.
He thought about it, and he threw it right into the hands of Patrick. Patrick goes behind his back in traffic, comes up with the ball. Now Deans. Deans driving in, goes to the hole, left hand, shot no good, ball tipped out. It is Shaw coming up with it. He's going to the hole and good for two.
See if we can get the replay there.
The Super Subs. It's at replay. Super Subs has chicken Phillies. Try the deluxe buffalo or barbecue chicken. And an offensive foul called on Tavares Deans.
So we got to be very picky with these replays because you'll miss a lot of action there because teams like to run off a make. But what you missed is Tavon Johnson. One of his strengths, he can draw a charge when he gets his feet set in the paint.
Shaw pulls up three off the glass. The bank is open. Oh, it was a long two. Excuse me. Long two for Kaman Shaw.
Yeah, we pulled the trigger with the Bobby Lewis three. That's not one of them. But I could see clearly his feet was within the arc. I'm not sure why he shot it.
1 point game. Barnes in the paint. Gives it to Deans. Deans. Blackwolf attempts the block from behind. He gets called for the foul.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of those type of plays where they're kind of 50-50 calls. That's shot by Kaman Shaw. You know, I've said before in the girls' game, sometimes long twos are okay if they're in your wheelhouse, in your range with good rhythm. But in the case of Kaman Shaw, he's got to know where the three-point line is. That's one where he wanted a three. You could tell he wanted a three-point shot, and he lost track of where his feet were.
Deans misses the free throw. Guys are playing it like it's a 1-and-1. He did not make it, or a one-point shot. He didn't make it, so it wasn't just one. And there is no more 1-and-1. So most of these guys probably don't even have that in their wheelhouse anymore, do they?
Yeah, you want to tell them, guys, it's not 2023 anymore.
2023. That sounds like so long ago.
Well, that's when they last had 1-and-1s in
high school
basketball.
Nationwide high school basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good you said nationwide because Lawton High's last 4 games were in Texas.
Yeah.
Something Del City's done as well a couple years ago.
Deans misses the first of the Trey Cuddit free throws, hits the second. Trey Cuddit, where appointments prevent disappointments. Del City with the ball, 2-point lead by Lawton. Black Wolf gives it to McAllister. McAllister gets fouled. He's going back to the line.
You know, Panay Vasagode held his arms up like he was vertical, but he clearly swiped, so I'm not sure what he meant by that. Also, Caleb Blackwolf had the layup. You know, he needs some confidence in the offensive game. I've seen him look really good on offense around the paint because he's such a good athlete. You know, you'd rather get that layup attempt on your own than rely on McAllister at the free throw line because he's just not hitting them consistently.
Yeah, McAllister struggling with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws here. Toonie Buys Houses, any condition, cash offers today, 405-931-3046. 2-point ball game, 2:29 left to play in the second period. McAllister's second free throw is good.
That does set up a press for Del City.
Brewer with the ball in the front court. Passes off to Young.
Well, they had an opening for a bit there to Lawton High, and then Tavon Johnson was out of position for a moment, but he got back in the paint.
Young driving in, pulls up at the free throw line, kicks the ball back out. In the corner, Vicegote for 3. Shot no good. Battle for the rebound. Coming out, there's Black Wolf, and he throws it off of Young out of bounds. Del City was out of position for that rebound, and somehow Young just couldn't hang on to it, and Black Wolf came up with the rebound. It's Del City ball on the baseline, opposite end of the court.
Del City's defense has more been centered around forcing turnovers, but when they've had to rebound, yeah, you're right, they've not been in great rebounding position on multiple occasions.
And the numbers on rebounds that I've been able to track so far will show it. Tavon Johnson gets his own rebound, goes back up, misses the shot. Going the other way, off the glass, Avi Young.
They turned in a missed shot in the paint into a transition. That happens a lot.
Black Wolf for 3, it's short. Graham cleans it up.
Maishawn Graham. I don't know what that whistle was for. Maybe delay a game or something like that. That's what the PA announcer says. No report.
Not sure.
There. Graham hit the ball out after he made the shot.
So it was a warning then?
Yeah, it may have been a warning.
Graham and Patrick, a little shoving going on between them. Brewer goes in, misses a shot. Patrick gets the rebound. He's going back up, and he gets the bucket and the foul.
Let's go and show that, followed by Patrick. You know, it started with, he set a hell of a screen on Graham.
And I said
he didn't move, too, so Patrick's showing you he's got some raw strength to him.
Yeah, and here I said Patrick, and it was not Patrick. It was Deans, so I apologize
we know Deans
for that.
has that, yeah. So Deans, like I said a moment ago, he's the one who set an unbelievable pick on Maishawn Graham. So whenever Del City's gotten within a point or two, Lawton High's been able to respond.
So a minute 10 left to play in the first half. 20-17 is the score. It's a 3-point lead for Lawton over Del City. And Tavares Deans is at the free throw line shooting the Trey Cuddit free throw. Rattles in and out. Tavon Johnson gets the rebound. Jaden Johnson. Now Turner in the backcourt. Johnson again. They're playing catch. Get it down the court. Johnson pulls up. Boom! Hits the mid-range jumper.
That's his game. That's a good, not a long two, but a mid-range two.
And Black Wolf.
Black Wolf.
Yeah, just running along with Vicegote and gets a little body into him.
I mean, that's how Del City's going to play, so you have to be careful when you're in the penalty now. And this is the first time the whole night, because we didn't see the girls' game, we see bonus free throws for a non-shooting foul. You got to be careful when you get to that point in the final minute. You don't want it to change how you play defense, but at the same time, you just want to be very careful when you're about to make contact.
Vaisagote misses the first of the Trey Cut-It free throws. And, folks, the QR code on your screen, if you'll scan that QR code, you can book your appointment today with Trey Cut-It. Why haven't you let Trey Cut-It, where appointments prevent disappointments?
We'll put it back on there for people, especially the people with long hair, unlike me and Tracy.
Vaisagote misses the second free throw as well. He's 1 for 4 from the line now. Jaden Johnson. Graham from the left wing. Shot no good.
Oh, risky play by Graham, but he was able to poke that ball away from Deans.
Johnson comes up with the ball, and now here comes Graham. 32 seconds on the clock. Dell City's ball. Turner out top.
The hold for the last shot, it looks like.
Patrick on D. Graham in the corner. Baseline drive. Tries to give it to Jaden Johnson in the other corner, and it goes through his hands and between his legs out of bounds.
So I don't know who he gave the turnover to there. Kamon Shaw should have thrown that pass a little higher, a little more right at the 11 of Jaden Johnson. But Jaden Johnson could have handled that pass.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a one-point game with 17 seconds to play in the half.
It's probably about right where we're at. And what's interesting is both teams struggle from the free throw line. I mean, Vaisagote missed a couple. I'm not expecting to see that.
Deans has missed a couple as well.
Turner yanked the jersey there of, again, that's number 11 on our roster, Champ Brewer. That just is not a good foul when you know you're in the penalty. I know, he's a cornerback in football, and a really good one is DeMarion Turner, so he probably gets away with that a few times because the good ones do. But he's got to think, it's not worth the risk in that situation. You're fouling 80-plus feet away from the floor there, and you're sending a guard to the free throw line because of it.
Yeah, so Champ Brewer at the line connects on the first of the Trey Cut-It free throws. Again, that QR code is there, folks. You can scan it and schedule your appointment today.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what Hatch is telling him because it could be something else entirely, but the thing is, it was no doubt Turner definitely grabbed there, and it leads to 2 easy points for Lawton High.
Back to a 3-point game, 22-19, 16.8 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Dell City basketball. Jaden Johnson to inbound. Gives it to Black Wolf. Goes up, back to Johnson. Black Wolf crosses the timeline. Tavon Johnson going to the hole. It's an and one for Johnson.
Try to get you that replay there.
And that is his first points of the ball game.
Just a good pump fake. I mean, he can do that. They need him to score inside points.
Here in this Buffalo Wild Wings second period, this is Dell City's chance to tie it up. Tavon Johnson with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. 405-931-3046. It's a tie ball game.
That shows how Dell City can score there. That was a bit of a shaky possession because it was a press. They had a hard time breaking it at first. Then they threw it to Caleb Blackwolf, who caught it from behind and came close to traveling. But they eventually worked the ball at Tavon Johnson and made a good pump fake. And it's pretty remarkable for Dell City this game's tied because they were trailing pretty much the entire half. And we'll see if it stays tied. But Lawton High still got 7 seconds. They got Deans with the ball right now.
A lot of substitutions just come into the game for Lawton, and time's running off. We're down to 3 seconds. Deans, the top of the key. Boom! It's a Trey Cut-It 3. Wow. Scan that QR code, folks, and book your appointment with Trey Cut-It. Why haven't you let Trey Cut-It, where appointments prevent disappointments? And now we have the Super Subs instant replay running as well. It's halftime, and the three-pointer by Tavares Deans gives Lawton the 3-point lead, 25-22 at halftime.
So much for being tied. And like I said, I was about to say, this would be remarkable for Dell City if this game was tied at halftime. And then I looked down and saw, Deans is going to have the basketball. So that may change things, and it did.
You got 3 seconds. He was still in the backcourt, crosses the timeline, pulls up, elevates well about 6 feet behind the three-point shot at the top of the key, and drains the three at the buzzer. It is a pretty thing to watch.
I can't tell you what a good shot that is. That shows you what a good all-around scorer and player he is.
Well, folks, it is halftime here in Dell City. The Lawton Wolverines lead the Dell City Eagles 25-22 Well, we're going to take a break, go to our halftime, hear from our sponsors here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Whataburger, please print back the Monterey melt. Print back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're printing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Print it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
All right, welcome back to Mid-Dell Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network here. And halftime, of course, brought to you from the Lawton crew. So if you're from Lawton, you'll know these guys, hopefully. If you don't, get to know them. Home Tech Solutions, the weather can be unpredictable in Oklahoma, so the last thing you need is a malfunctioning HVAC system. The best way to make sure your heating and cooling units don't break down is by scheduling regular maintenance from Home Tech. Call today to set up an appointment at 580-919-0328. Also, this just in from Whataburger. You may have seen in the commercials. This is an unbelievable revelation to me. I can't say enough about it. The flavor you've been asking for is back. Let's see, do we have Whataburger here? Let's go ahead and showcase them because they're one of our favorite sponsors this year. But the flavor you've been asking for is back. The Monterey Melt from Whataburger is back before a limited time. So wherever you're watching, but definitely if you're watching in the Del City area, go to the Whataburger on 15th Street because they're open 24 hours a day. So is the other Whataburger on Post, I believe, in Midwest City. Is that where they're at, Tracy, on Post? Or is it?
No, Whataburger in Midwest City is on Douglas.
Douglas, okay.
And there's also one
on 15th.
One on 15th now, yeah.
The new one on 15th. Okay, we love both of them. They're both contributed to their commercials being run.
Yeah, and their app is really easy to use, by the way.
Yeah.
I've used it a few times in my life.
Yeah. Also, big on flavor, the Chicken Vita Taco from Whataburger is also back for a limited time. All right, I'm going to stop there, but there's lots of good stuff going on Whataburger. But we got quite a game to get going here.
Yeah, absolutely. I just say one more thing about Whataburger. When I was in college at Oklahoma Christian back in the 80s, the Whataburger in Edmond was open 24 hours, and I spent a lot of time there late at night.
You know what? When I went to Oklahoma Christian a little bit after you, I was not a Whataburger disciple. I became one years later. Now I love the place.
Well, we are about ready to start the third period here. Third period brought to you by Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance. The Newby Agency is your local Oklahoma farmers insurance agency in Midwest City. Our agency is family-owned and operated and has been serving the public for over 40 years now. Our office is located off of 29th and Air Depot near Tinker Air Force Base. Come by and see us at 560 West Boeing Drive, Suite A, or give us a call at 405-733-7671. As we begin the second half, it's Lawton leading Del City 25-22 on that buzzer beater three by Tavares Deans. Got a miss by Lawton to begin the second half. Rebound by Del City, and Del City sets up their offense.
What is Del City going to be like on offense this half? It's a big deal. They need some type of offensive identity they can hang their hat on.
Well, they're moving the ball right now. Long pass across the baseline.
And Lawton High stayed with them.
There's a three by Shaw. No good. Rebound by Vasigote. 18 rebounds by Lawton in the first half, 14 by Del City, but Del City had 7 offensive boards in the first half. Del City was 4 for 8 from the free throw line, only 50%. Lawton was worse. They were 4 for 9 from the free throw line.
Nice pass.
Dean's under the basket for 2. He now has 12 points.
Yeah, Dean's just posted up Mashawn Graham, and I was surprised at how good a position he got there.
Dean's leading all scorers in the ball game. Shaw to Johnson. Now Shaw on the left wing inside to McAllister. McAllister goes to the hole, too hard off the glass. Black Wolf with the rebound, tries to tip it in, gets his own rebound again.
That is the one way we know Del City can score, get offensive rebounds, but they got to take care of the ball after that.
Got 9 offensive rebounds by Del City in the ball game now.
You know, if I'm Coach Hatchett, I tell Jashawn McAllister after this game, just keep hustling on offense, but you got to be working on practice on finishing these type of shots. He had a good left-hand layup there and missed it. Another good left-handed layup and another miss.
Black Wolf cleans it up and puts it in.
Another guy for Del City who's got to show up on offense, Caleb Blackwolf, because, again, when he plays around the paint, that's really his strength. He's really a post-up forward.
And that was his first points of the ball game. Tavon Johnson with the rebound.
Oh, almost a turnover. See, Blackwolf not the ball handling type, even though he looks like a guard. He's really more of a forward.
Tavon Johnson going to the hole. Off the glass. No good. And the ball's out off the hands of Jashawn McAllister.
Boy, just a rough go at it. And, again, they leave points out there to Del City. Coach Hatchett's talked about it. But you keep shooting that if you're Tavon Johnson, though.
Now, with all these rebounds by Del City here early in the third, Lawton has only a 1 rebound advantage in the ball game. So Del City showing a lot of energy on the boards. Foul called on Del City. That one on Kaman Shaw, his first personal. No one in foul trouble in the ball game. 2 fouls on a few players. Dean's at the line.
That's one thing the Eagles have to be careful about, because Dean's showed he really didn't have a whole lot going for him there, but he had a good pump fake, and he sells it well, and that's how he's able to get to the free throw line again. Lawton High having those same struggles as Del City is from the charity stripe. It's called charity. That's the name of our sponsors, but, got to take advantage of charity.
And Trey Cuddit, the sponsor for those Lawton free throws.
Wow.
Where appointments prevent disappointments. Dean's misses both free throws. They are 4 for 11 from the line, Lawton is. Graham in trouble, passes out. Black Wolf cuts, gets the pass, off the glass, shot no good. Rebound by Sagote.
It's a good job by Sagote protecting the paint there, holding his ground.
Brewer for three. Boom, it's a Trey Cuddit three. Why haven't you let Trey Cuddit? Where appointments prevent disappointments. Brewer has 7 points in the ball game, and the lead is back to 6 for Lawton.
One difference in the game. Lawton High shot better from three-point range.
Yeah, Graham just put up that three, and it went long over the rim. Brewer gets another one to go.
This is going to be our first full timeout of the night.
And I believe that was Coach Lenny Hatchett called that timeout. We're going to take a break here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Dale City High School. The Lawton Wolverines have just opened up their biggest lead of the game, 8-point lead, 32-24 over Dale City. Jaden Johnson enters the game for the Eagles. He has the ball, bringing it up the court. This third period brought to you by Patrick Doobie Farmers Insurance. It felt like Dale City had all the energy, getting the offensive rebounds and getting a couple of buckets early in the third, and then just boom, 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 a few buckets by Lawton, and their leads extended. McAllister for three, shot is short. There's been several missed threes by Dale City here in the last few seconds of play.
Yeah, when they came back against Midwest City, Lawton High's going to, I think they called a 30-second timeout to save a possession there.
I felt like Black Wolf was getting control of the ball, but the timeout was granted to Lawton.
Yes. Even though Dale City players are sitting down. That's not allowed, the 30-second timeout, but I think that's going to be corrected. I don't think they knew what timeout it was. But, when they came back against Midwest City and Lawton MacArthur to some of the games we had on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Dale City started to get it going from three-point range. They shot better from that far basket because that's their second half basket. Hasn't happened yet. Instead, Lawton High's got better from shooting three-point range. Again, that's kind of the difference right there, is that Lawton High's been making some threes. Dale City has not. And Lawton High's, their defensive rebound has been pretty good.
Coming out of the timeout, 4:13 to play in the third period, 32-24 the score, Lawton leading Dale City. Lawton basketball. Deans takes the inbound pass, Black Wolf on D. Deans takes his time, crosses the half-court line, comes right. Black Wolf staying with him. Deans gets around him, pulls up at the elbow, kicks that ball out to Burrell. Now Burrell has it again at the right elbow, going against Tavon Johnson. Burrell pulls up in the paint, shot no good. Johnson with the rebound. Black Wolf Pushes the ball down the court. Shaw will set up the offense. Jaden Johnson driving in. Picks up his dribble in no man's land. Blackwell for three. Front of the rim. Rebound McAllister. Off the glass by Shaw. No good.
Shaw was our player of the game against Lawton MacArthur. He made several big threes in the second half, fourth quarter one in particular. Can't get going yet this game.
That was a strong move by Burrell in there. Missed the shot. Patrick goes up and gets the rebound. I really felt like Patrick was the one that got over the top or over the back of the Del City players there, but it's Patrick drawing the foul on Del City. Graham checks back into the game.
I think Del City has really been devastated by some of these missed shots around the paint. They're getting really frustrated. At this point in the third quarter, they usually start to get their composure, get some momentum going. Oh, unforced error there, I think, yes. Rare mistake by Dean. So Maishawn Graham back in the game.
Good D by Maishawn on that play. Shaw pushing the ball up the court quickly now. Jaden Johnson on the right wing, looking inside, gets around Barnes. Nice. Tavon Johnson goes up and draws the foul.
But even then, Lawton High collapsed the paint and defended it well. There was just enough contact, according to the refs, for Tavon Johnson to get to the free throw line. And again, with points are such a premium, even though it's only the third quarter, there's still plenty of time for Del City. These free throws are massive. Chavis Smith, the Lawton High coach, does not agree with that call.
His player didn't like it either. Tavon Johnson is 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He's not missing the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. You're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason. Call them today, 405-931-3046. Players get tangled up, end up on the court. Rebound by Lawton. Visagote bringing the ball up the court, gives it to Deans now. Jaden Johnson on defense. It's a 7-point lead by Lawton with 2:42 to play in the third. Deans loses his dribble. Johnson stays on him. We'll get a 5-second count.
It's an amazing game, isn't it? I mean, Deans has been awesome this game, but his last two times with the basketball, he's been shaky. And he has a smaller guy on him. He could really go at Jaden Johnson, but he has to have control of the basketball first.
Graham gets the ball down the court, gets some speed going. Jaden Johnson thinks
nice
about
fake.
the three. Maishawn Graham driving in, kicks it back out. McAllister for three. Shot no good. Ball bounces around, picked up by Barnes. Lawton coming the other way, and
it's a foul on Graham.
Well, that is Shaw. If Shaw had just stood there, he could have drawn the foul, but he reaches in for the ball and draws the foul instead.
I got 3 and 5 confused, but you got to give Deans, whoever has the ball, a chance to catch it, turn around, and have some space.
That's 2 fouls on Shaw.
Now you just saw right there how good on defense is. Hopefully we'll have some talking there. Deans is not happy about something there. I don't know what the call, the jump ball.
He has questioned the last 3 calls where he's been involved in the play, and he's going to be careful.
But Jashawn McAllister started with that block shot. He, like his brother before him, he looks just like his brother, Jamari, who's 2 years older. Just a tremendous on-ball defender. He will not give you an inch.
And I think Deans should be very happy with the call there, because I felt like Deans had actually committed a foul on that last play, and instead it was a jump ball called.
He's not going to think like that. You're right.
Shaw goes in. Nice floater.
Shaw's a lefty.
Back to a 5-point game with 1:45 to play in the third. Patrick got in a little trouble, double teamed in the backcourt. Now Burrell has the ball on the right wing. Patrick for three. No good. Rebound Graham. Scramble for the ball. McAllister has it, streaking down the court. Going to the hole, and the foul's called.
Well, I was expecting a jump ball there.
I liked that the jump ball wasn't called because no one really had possession of the ball.
That's why I was expecting a jump ball, but Graham held his composure long enough after making an initial mistake.
Anthony Patrick called for his first personal foul, second team foul, and Jashawn McAllister at the free throw line. 2 free throws coming for McAllister. McAllister has struggled at the line, 2 for 6.
Yep, well, you couldn't reverse jinx him, or whatever they call that.
Yeah, I tried. I actually was thinking that.
But if you're a Del City fan and you're like, man, all these missed free throws, I think the Lawton High fan feels. Both teams feel like they left a lot of points at the free throw line. The difference is Lawton High, like I said earlier, has made some threes. Del City's missed more layups than Lawton High has, or easy shot, or I should say layups, but easy shots around the paint.
McAllister misses both free throws. Rebound goes to Lawton. Those free throws brought to you by Toonie Buys Houses.
Lawton High's been at 32 for a while. That's the type of thing.
But Del City's not capitalized on it either. I mean, they've closed the gap a little bit, but still trailing by 5. A minute 15 on the clock. It looks like Lawton slowing things down here at the end of the third. And I say that, Burrell gets at the top of the key. Now Deans with the ball. Quite an athlete. Smart. Barnes, floater, and it's good.
Nice.
That's his first points of the ball game.
Lawton High has multiple players who can hit mid-range shots, and that's a big part of why they're up 7 right now.
Back to a 7-point lead, yes. Shaw gets the bucket to go. He has 8 points now, and it's back to a 5-point game. Full court pressure by Del City. Patrick in the front court with the ball. Gives it to Deans, 29 seconds. It's been an exciting third period, brought to you by Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at what's happened in this game.
By Sagote. That's a beautiful shot and the tip in by Barnes. Wow. Shaw going to the bucket. Goes up, draws the foul. He did a good job of sidestepping Deans.
Some about these lefties, you see it with Del City girls and McCarroll. They just have a knack, because they're left-handed, they just move differently around the paint, and they draw fouls because of it.
Penny Visagote just picked up his third personal foul. Now, I feel like if he fouled out, that could be a big problem for Lawton, but he only has 1 point in the ball game.
See, this shouldn't happen. Kamon Shaw should be making these free throws. He's probably the second best shooter on the team behind Jaden Johnson.
Toonie Buys Houses free throws for Del City here. Toonie Buys homes in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call them today for a cash offer at 405-931-3046. Shaw misses both free throws. And at the buzzer, shot no good. We are going to the fourth with Lawton leading Del City 36-29. Keep watching right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
If you
Oklahoma Sports Network, this is Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Del City High School. We have a battle going on. It's a 7-point lead by Lawton over Del City. The score is 36-29 as we begin the fourth period of play. Fourth period brought to you by Louis at 6007 Southeast 15th Street, Midwest City. Louis, we're in your neighborhood. It's Lawton ball with a 7-point lead as we begin this fourth period.
And Del City's last game against Lawton MacArthur, they were down 4 around this time in the fourth quarter. They won by 10, so they could still catch fire. Oh, another missed alley-oop there.
2 offensive rebounds by Tavares Deans, and he finally converts and puts it in for 2.
Tavares Deans, for his height, it's unbelievable how good he is on the offensive glass and finishing around other players.
9-point lead for Lawton now, biggest lead of the game. Jaden Johnson in a little trouble, passes off to Turner. Back to Johnson in the corner. Johnson gets guy in the air with the fake shot, loses his dribble, picked up by Lawton. Brewer gives it to Burrell. Burrell off the glass, misses the layup. Tavon Johnson with the rebound for Del City. Jaden Johnson. Jaden Johnson's good about giving a head fake.
He is.
Tavon Johnson with the bucket.
And that's a shot he can make consistently. He just hasn't done it yet. Definitely a foul on Jaden Johnson there.
Jaden Johnson running down the court, gets behind his man and steps on the back of his foot, sending Corey Barnes to the floor. Foul call on Jaden Johnson. That will be his 3rd personal foul. First team foul in the 4th period.
Yeah, you want Jaden Johnson available in the 4th quarter when you need shooting. So he's going to take a break right now.
He's the 2nd leading scorer for Del City in the ball game, but he has not scored in the second half. Tavon Johnson gets Deans to pick up his dribble. Now Burrell out top.
It's a good switch, now good trap.
And stole it away, Shaw. It's a fast break, 3-on-2. Shaw goes to the hole, misses the layup.
Shaw was so determined to draw a foul, he didn't focus on making the layup. And he shot with his right hand, which is fine, but he didn't have to. Now, do we have a
foul on? It might have been on Shaw, reaching in after the rebound.
Okay, well, you saw Deans or I think another player try to comfort a Lawton High player, may be frustrated, but there may not have been a foul call. That was Burrell who's going to have a seat. Well, Del City's going to keep pressuring. They're really good at it. Hasn't really gotten to Lawton High, but does there.
And Deans calls the timeout when he gets trapped.
He throw a 30-second timeout.
6:25 left to play in the ball game. 7-point game, 38-31. High pressure, full court defense by Del City. Is that going to be enough to turn the tables here for them?
Well, again, Lawton MacArthur wilted under Del City's pressure in the 4th quarter. Completely wilted. And Lawton MacArthur and Lawton High, they're going to play again on Friday on the Oklahoma Sports Network. But they already played one game earlier for the Comanche County tournament in December, and Lawton High only won by a basket. But again, I think Lawton High is the better team, and I think the thing with them is they can defend so well. And Del City's a bit colder right now, so it's going to be a tougher challenge. This game, if Del City's going to win, I think it's going to be really close. Lawton High, on the other hand, they could pull away here.
The defense by both teams has been really good in the game.
Yeah, because they got athletes all over.
And both teams are well coached.
Yes. Well, Chavis Smith from Lawton High, he came from Millwood. And that's a good program. They win a lot of state titles. And he's taken a lot of good experience there. And when he played ball, of course, at Duncan High School, he's taken that to Lawton High and has made a difference.
Lawton with the ball coming out of the timeout. Brewer passes it down low and turns it over as it's tipped away by Tavon Johnson, who gets the steal. Turner with the ball, sets up the offense for Del City. Basagote gets the steal. Now he's going to the hole with it, lays it in, misses the layup, cleaned up by Patrick.
Yeah, Del City's getting a little tired when you have more Lawton High players crashing the glass in case of this layup than Del City players. Now it's got to frustrate Coach Hatchett.
Turner in the corner, inside to Tavon Johnson. Johnson looking inside, pulls the trigger on the 3. Shot's no good. Shaw with the rebound, foul called on Lawton. And that foul's going on Champ Brewer, his 2nd personal.
I think it was Graham that got that rebound. We both get them confused. Graham and Shaw.
Yeah, it may have been. Del City ball baseline. Turner in the corner, looking inside. There's a 3, side of the backboard. Graham gets the rebound, goes up, misses the shot. Patrick with the ball in the front court for Lawton now. by Segote, defended by Turner, and now it's Deans going against Black Wolf. Right to the hole, misses the shot. He fights and tips the ball out. Lawton gets the ball.
It's going to wear you out if you're Del City. Commit a foul you just don't like. And Tavon Johnson helped out well, forcing a miss on Deans. But again, when that happens, do you have the backside support you need? If you force a missed shot on the backside there and that didn't happen, Graham's going to come out now.
He was called for that foul.
Yeah.
5 minutes left. It's still a 9-point game.
Now we're at the point where Del City's got to find a way to get steals and scores. It's a great matchup here. Deans checked by McAllister. McAllister will not give an inch. Well, Deans had him shaking there a bit, though.
McAllister staying with him. Dean's going in, picks up his dribble. Jump ball is the call. Going to Del City.
Great job by Shaw. And, what's interesting is if he didn't call a jump ball, Shaw would have been called for an out of bounds.
Absolutely.
So it's good for Del City that was a jump ball and not a clean deflection.
Now McAllister provided good D, and Shaw was just waiting to get his hands on the ball down low. Inside the Black Wolf. McAllister on the left wing. Black Wolf, 10-foot, good shot.
We're going to have a full timeout here by Del City.
Back to a 7-point game, 40-33, 4.5 minutes to play in the fourth. Lawton with the lead. Thanks for watching on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Del City High School. The Lawton Wolverines leading the Del City Eagles 40-33 with 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Coming out of a timeout, Del City is out on the court.
Now, because this timeout does a couple things for Del City, it's a full timeout. It allows them to rest and also set up what they want to do on defense. They're going full. Will involve some type of trap. It looks like a full court man. That doesn't mean they won't trap. But they have to be lined up as a team here. Risky pass.
I don't know how Brewer got that in the hands of Deans there, but he managed to get it to him between two defenders.
Shaw almost had it. Look at McAllister there.
Boy, McAllister getting a hold of Deans pretty well.
Did they call a tech?
I'm not sure what they called.
Oh, Coach Smith is furious. I think Chevis Smith, or not Chevis Smith, he's a coach. Deans is just unhappy they're not calling a foul. And Del City is such a physical team. This is a big break for Del City because they're going to get 2 free throws and the ball.
Well, I was just commenting about how McAllister had a hold of him, and they hadn't called it, and then Deans complains again. And that, again, I made a comment earlier about how much he was complaining about the calling.
Obviously not the first time. And Black Wolf's the guy that chooses to shoot free throws. He did make the first. Again, you have to take advantage of these opportunities. And one of the biggest things in high school or college basketball, when you see a technical foul called while your team has the ball, because that's basically a turnover. In the NBA, it's not like that. Plus, in the NBA, you only get 1 free throw for a tech.
Now it's down to a 5-point game in Del City ball.
Yeah, you just don't want to be called for a tech. You don't think about this when you're a player.
So the Toonie buys houses free throws. We make sure we get that in, that Black Wolf hits both of them.
Yeah, you don't think about this as a player, but when your team has the ball, don't get a tech. If you're ever going to get a tech, it's when the other team has the ball, and then Del City turns it over.
Yeah, Black Wolf trying to get ready to cut back inside. Reached with one hand. The pass was wide from Turner. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play. A 5-point game, 40-35. Lawton leading Del City.
So Lawton's going to have someone else with the ball right now. And they put Deans at the free throw line.
Yeah, I got him at the high post. And he bounces out now. McAllister on D again. Now, if McAllister gets bodied up on him again, I would expect a foul to be called pretty quickly.
Yep, but you got to test that theory for McAllister, though. That's a 5 count. It's just unbelievable. Wow. And Deans, I think Lawton High's gotten into a bit of a funk on offense where they're just not moving very well right now. And if they're not able to drive past their defender, then you got to have a backup plan. Deans didn't have a backup plan there, but this just shows you again, Del City, they can man you up so tightly and not give you an inch, and they can do it without fouling.
That was amazing defense by Jay-Sean McAllister there.
That's the McAllister name for Del City. They do that.
Black Wolf for 3. It's long. Rebound by Barnes. Splits defenders.
That's a good fourth on Jaden.
That's a tough call, but I think he did get a knee stuck out.
Do you have Del City for any made threes? I don't think they've made one.
In the ball game.
Yeah. And it's just like
no.
Lawton High girls did make one, but that was a blowout. This is just a development I didn't expect. Oh, what a pass and steal.
Shaw misses the layup. Now Barnes comes all the way down the court. Vasagote double team right back to Barnes.
They're leaving Jaden Johnson in with 4 fouls. Nice.
Missed layup again. Johnson does a good job coming up with the ball. Shaw saved it. Johnson draws the foul.
I'm saying nice too soon on some of these layups. You just assume they'll go in. But that's the story of the game. The threes, and again, in basketball today, talk about with analytics or whatever at the NBA level, you want threes and points in the paint. And Del City has struggled at both, shooting-wise.
Well, both teams, just like that last play by Brewer down there, both teams, when they see the contact coming, have got focused on the contact, not finished the shot very well. There's been a lot of missed layups by both teams in this game.
And now free throws. Jaden Johnson, again, not someone you expect to do that. But he needs to make this not just to get 1 point closer, but again, for Del City to set up their defense.
Toonie buys houses free throws put up by Jaden Johnson. Misses the first, hits the second. And it's a 4-point ball game, 40-36.
And will we see any type of trapping? Yes, I guess they're a little late, but it did lead to a pass that was almost a bad pass. Can they get a 10 count? No.
Not quite.
But it was an adventure.
Boy, Patrick almost stepped out when he caught that ball. Patrick from the elbow. Shot no good. Deans gets in there, gets a rebound, and a jump ball. Oh, boy. Deans is not going to be happy with that call.
It's amazing against all the athletes Del City has. You know, Tavon Johnson, the defensive end, all-time sack leader, and a big guy. And Deans just gets rebounds over these guys.
He gets in there and forces his way, and he's strong. Patrick takes the inbound pass, pulls a 3, no good. Johnson with the rebound, gets it out to Shaw, and a foul called down low.
That's not going to be free throws, and so that's a good foul for Lawton High because Del City had a transition opportunity. It's just a 4-point game.
A foul on Avi Young. I believe it's his first personal.
It's just amazing watching how Del City's defense keeps them in this game, because they're going to make Lawton High penetrate, and they have, and Lawton High has not been able to capitalize. They had a missed layup, but Del City's had their share again. That's been a common theme.
I was a little surprised that Patrick took that shot so early after inbounding the ball with it's only a 4-point lead, but it is 2 possessions.
Yeah. No Graham in right now for Del City, but they do have 2 good shooters in Shaw and Jaden Johnson. Can they get a good shot?
Black Wolf is on the court as well.
I like that he's posting up. Can they give him the ball there in a good spot? They try, and that's going to be free throws for Black Wolf. And he's the guy that Coach Hatchett wanted to shoot technicals, and this is where we're at. Both teams are going to be in the bonus now.
Avi Young called for his second personal 5th-team foul. And Black Wolf has a chance to make this a 1-possession game with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call them today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. Black Wolf has not missed from the line, and I hope I didn't just jinx him. It is a one-possession game now, 3 points. 40-37, Lawton leading Del City.
But the game's close enough around. You just have to play your offense, not try to think stall or anything like that.
Black Wolf hits both Toonie House's free throws, makes it a 2-point game, 40-38.
We're going to see running, jumping. Oh, no call.
It's McAllister going to the hole. Left-hand layup ties it up.
Wow. 9-0 run. What a comeback from Del City. You talk about a team of grinders.
Deans cuts in front of McAllister, trying to get a contact. Doesn't happen. And, boy, that was a quick foul call on Johnson. His second personal 15 foul.
And now we turn to Trey Cudditt's free throws. This is going to be a big deal, free throws here.
Visagote is 1 for 4 from the line. Trey Cudditt, scan the QR code, book your appointment with Trey Cudditt. Why haven't you let Trey Cudditt, where appointments prevent disappointments?
Yeah, that's what you expect from Visagote. You expect swishes.
41-40, it's a 1-point game with 1:45 left to play. Lawton on top. Visagote.
I can only imagine. I mean, I've been through it, but it was a long time ago, and I wasn't that good. But I can only imagine as a player the combination of adrenaline and fatigue you're feeling.
And he rattles that one in. 2-point lead for Lawton. I'm glad you say you weren't a very good player. You only played at the college level. It takes some talent, Jordan.
It was JV, but thank you.
Black Wolf at the top of the key gives it back to Jaden Johnson. Man defense here by Lawton.
They want to go to Black Wolf in the paint. Can they get it to him in a good spot again? And now they cannot.
Trayvon Johnson takes a foul by Visagote. That'll be his 4th.
It's funny, when the game gets close, now you're going to see bonus free throws, even though no one's fouling on purpose. Just the nature of the game. Remember, we saw very few bonus free throws shot the whole night. None in the girls' game.
Trayvon Johnson hits the free throw. It's Toonie Houses in any condition. Call for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. He can tie it up again. And we're tied back up.
Let's see how Del City pressures here. Will they continue to run and jump? And we're going to have a good time. I think it's a good timeout by Coach Smith for his team.
42-42 with 1:19 left to play in the 4th. Full timeout. We're going to take one as well here in the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brumped it all right. What a burger!
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, back at Del City High School, where we are tied up 42-42 with 1:19 left to play in this basketball game. Lawton High versus Del City, the Wolverines versus the Eagles. Who is going to come out on top? Will we get bonus basketball? This is a great game, and it is coming down to the wire, folks.
I have to say, I feel like we've already gotten bonus basketball. Though, keep in mind, earlier this quarter, Del City was down 9, and they looked like they were very offensively challenged. Lawton High's going to run some type of sideline out-of-bounds play. They had 3 guys lined up. Del City's kind of playing off them, though, so it's harder to run a play when you see that.
Tavares Deans takes the ball, guarded by Jay-Shawn McAllister. Deans drives in, kicks the ball back out.
It's a good close out there from Del City. Now, do you let Lawton High run clock if you're the Eagles?
Visagote with the ball, passes back off to Deans. Patrick, guarded by Jaden Johnson, gets a lane to the basket, misses the shot, and it's Deans with the rebound again.
How did he get that ball? I thought Del City had that. I thought that was going to go to Jaden Johnson. That was almost Del City's chance to take the lead. Now they got to keep defending.
40 seconds left to play. Brewer defended by Shaw. Gets around him. Deans at the elbow. McAllister on D. Deans goes up, high off the glass. Black Wolf with a big rebound. Shaw, Johnson in the front court. It's a 2-on-1. Tavon Johnson goes up with the shot. Visagote, if he's called for the fouls, just fouled out of the ball game. Super Subs, instant replay. Super Subs as Chicken Phillies try the deluxe buffalo or barbecue chicken.
Boy, again, just the frantic nature of Del City. Dean's got a decent look in the paint. Not a great look. He was defended well, but he forced a tough shot, one he can make. And Del City was able to come up with that loose ball. It was a battle for that loose ball, and then from there, just getting the ball across the timeline was an adventure. But once they did, they had Tavon Johnson open on the other side.
Tavon Johnson
misses the free throw there.
This is the first of the two new Houses free throws. And the two players we were talking about a minute ago, it was Caleb Blackwolf who come up with that rebound and Tavon Johnson who went to the basket.
Don't think for a second these are easy.
Johnson hits the free throw and gives Del City a 1-point lead. 19 seconds on the clock.
Deans has the ball right now. McAllister on Deans. Lawton High timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll keep it here. I want to remind people we will have a Triple League player of the game for Del City, but we'll also have a Lawton High audience, and I plan on talking to Coach Smith if Lawton High wins, and probably Deans or whoever who could get the winning points for him because they got to score.
Well, the Del City defense has been pretty impenetrable here the last several possessions. Yeah. Really the last half of the fourth period. They have done a phenomenal job on Lawton.
And what a game this is, and you know what's nice about district play for games like these, there's going to be a rematch. And these teams will play in later this month, late January, at Lawton. I believe it's the 28th.
That would be one to go watch.
Yes, I'm not going to go watch it because it's in Lawton. But I'm going to beg Eric Sharam to cover the game. I bet he will. And I'm going to watch that way, yeah. That's what you mean by watch, I'm sure. It's on the Oklahoma Sports Network, which I think it will be.
Yeah. And you are correct. That game is on the 28th of January. That will be a Tuesday night.
Yeah, and Lawton High, they're going to be tired on their way back. They played hard, but they've also had to work hard no matter what happens from here on out.
Well, we were just talking about how Del City looked tired toward the end of the third period, early in the fourth, and now they seem to have the most energy right at the moment.
Well, one of the things that happens, you can get that energy back when you start scoring some, and now you think, okay, we're in it, and that does a lot to get you back going.
Oh, even battling for a big rebound or getting a steal can get that energy.
Here we go. Deans guarded by McAllister.
10 seconds left to play. Deans picks up the dribble. Oh, my goodness! Oh, my goodness! It's Brewer putting up the three and getting hammered, and it hits the three and is going to the line for the free throw.
See if we can get that. No, he missed it on the replay. Lawton High was at risk there of getting a taunting tech as Jaden Johnson was at their bench and a couple guys were talking to him, but Jaden Johnson held his composure. Wow, with 3 seconds to go. You know, they did something similar 5 years ago against Midwest City when I was an assistant coach there. Late in the game with a tie, they hit a three from the corner and ended up winning that game. Del City, I believe, has a timeout, so still an important free throw here because it can change what Del City can do with it. But what a shot. What an unbelievable shot. When everything was going against Lawton High, they had one last offensive possession in Champ Brewer.
And my thought on it was, you've still got time left on the clock. Why aren't you pulling up and shooting that shot right now? You don't need a three. And he drains it and draws the foul.
By the way, we're going to say, as of right now, Tavon Johnson should be our Triple League player of the game. That's Triple League screen printing for Del City.
I believe so.
Yes. Well, for Lawton High, we'll hope to talk to Coach Smith, possibly. And
you know, Tavares Deans has been a pretty phenomenal player for him in this game.
Players. What a shot by the lefty Brewer.
And he hits the free throw, giving Lawton the 3-point lead, 46-43, with 3.3 seconds left. Can Del City now return the favor and go down and get the 3 to tie it, or even, gracious, what an amazing thing would it be if it were a 3-point or a 4-point play on the other end of the court.
Yep. Well, I'm going to go ahead and mention our player of the game, so let's go ahead and show you Triple H screen printing here.
That 3-point shot, by the way, a Triple Elite screen printing, our player of the game sponsor. I apologize.
Yeah, Triple Elite, find world-class design, hot new styles. And again, we're going to give it to Johnson. Which Johnson? No, they're not related, by the way. They'll say Tavon Johnson. But again, this game's not over yet. But it's going to be a tall order because Del City has not made a 3 the entire game. And they got to get one off in 3 seconds, a good one in 3 seconds.
That big 3 that Champ Brewer just hit, brought to you by Trey Cudit. Why haven't you let Trey Cudit, where appointments prevent disappointments? And that is what that 3 did. It just most likely prevented disappointment for the Lawton Wolverines.
Now, since that free throw was made, if they missed it and Del City called a timeout, they would be only down 2, yeah, but they couldn't run baseline. Now, Mashawn Graham throwing in, he can run baseline because Lawton High made that free throw.
So Graham to inbound the ball for Del City. Gives it to Johnson.
Oh, nice.
Black out. 3. And this ball game is over. The Lawton Wolverines win 46-43 over the Del City Eagles on the 3-point shot of the 4-point play by Champ Brewer with 3.3 seconds left. What a basketball game, folks. I hope you've enjoyed our broadcast tonight. Jordan Ray is on his way down to the court to talk to Coach Chavis Smith of the Lawton Wolverines and to introduce your player of the game. Player of the game brought to you by Triple Elite Screen Printing, fine world-class designs and hot new styles. 46-43 the final. The Lawton Wolverines defeat the Del City Eagles. That was a big-time game, folks. And I've lost Jordan in the crowd. I believe he might be chasing down. There he is. He's out in front of the score table. Pulls in Coach Chavis Smith of the Lawton Wolverines. The Del City Lady Eagles got the big win 59-8 over the Lawton Lady Wolverines. And now it's the Lawton Wolverines in the boys game getting the win over the Del City Eagles. And Jordan, we got nothing.
Out. That has to be so great for you that you guys pulled out such a tough game.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, sorry, my boys. It's excellent, man. The guys played well. We was able to fight through the adversity. I mean, of course, I don't agree with all the calls, but, you know, we was able to push through and fight as a team. That was the most important.
When Del City was making their run, what was your message to your team to keep them in this?
Stay on. We have a term we use at our school. It's called stay green. It means stay positive. No matter what's going on, we have our moments where we kind of turn red, but we got to stay green as a unit and the cracks within our circle.
What does this win do for you guys? What's next for you guys? How are you going to build on this?
Keep getting better. 1% better each day. We got to go back to the lab, clean up some things. I know we ain't played in about a week, but we just got to kind of work on some things and tighten up so we can get our 1% in.
All right, good luck against Lawton MacArthur Friday.
Thank you.
Okay, I got, it's number 11 on here, but 55 for the game. Champ, talk about that last shot.
You know, it's really just about trusting my mechanics. You know, I just got to put my belief in God and let him take those nerves away for that last shot and just trusting my mechanics to shoot that.
Did you know you were going to shoot before you caught it? Did you know during the timeout, or what made you confident you're going to take the shot?
I was feeling it ever since the timeout. Like I just knew I was going to shoot that ball if I got it. So it just I wanted to shoot it because I believed in it.
What does this win do for you guys?
You said what?
What does this win do for you guys?
It really pushes us to keep working. Last January we kind of fell apart. This January we got to kind of stay together a lot better. So this marks that good beginning.
Well, you're off to a good start with that. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, I got Tavares Deans here. I want to make sure I got it right. I think he's talking to his mom. Tavares, okay. This game, man, and it was a very intense fourth quarter. How did you guys pull through after Del City made their run?
We really had to come together, like in the timeout. We really had to just stay green and know they're trying to get in our head and just had to stay together, you know. I kind of messed up, got a tech, but the team had my back, and, we stayed together.
How do you get these offensive rebounds? I mean, you're not the biggest player. You might be the most explosive, but Del City, they got plenty of athletes. How do you compete around the paint the way you do?
Just being a dog and just want it the most. And if you want the most, you're going to get it.
And what does this win do for you guys?
Really just another one in the books. We got to stay humble and keep at it.
Well, you're still undefeated in district, so I know you want that district championship, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're on a good path so far. You're now, I believe, 5-0. So congratulations on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Tavares. Tracy, back to you.
Tavares, the player of the game for Lawton, brought to you by Triple Elite Screen Printing. Find world-class designs and hot new styles. Player of the game for the Del City Eagles was Tavon Johnson. It wasn't necessarily on the scoreboard that he established himself. He had 9 points in the game, but he was a battler in the fourth period and brought he and Caleb Blackwell brought Del City back to have a chance to win that one and had given them that lead late. But it was, again, as Jordan just interviewed Champ Brewer, it was Champ Brewer converting for the 4-point play, the foul on the 3-point shot that he drained from the right wing that gave Lawton the final lead in that game with 3.3 seconds left for them to hold on and win by 3 points, 46-43, the final score. I loved what Tavares Dean said down there, and you asked him, what does this win do for you? And instead of going on about how this was like, such a major win, it's another game. It's another win. There was some humility in that he recognizes they still got a lot of work to do for the season.
Yeah, because, again, there's going to be a rematch. There's going to be other big games for both teams. There's still a lot of basketball to play in this district. What's becoming a very competitive district, but it's still a massive one. When you can pull that one out on the road, that's a big difference maker. And so, again, it was the fourth quarter was belonging to Del City until that last possession. At some point, you knew Lawton High would come through, or you wondered if they would. And when they got one more possession, and they capitalized on it, and they did the thing that Del City just couldn't do at home, and that's make threes. That's a big part of the game.
And you talked about more games in this district. I mean, there's so many competitive teams. You've got Lawton, you've got John Marshall, who's undefeated, but you've got Del City, Midwest City, Classen SAS, and Western Heights. They've all played each other, and the games have all been close. So any of those rematches could result in just a few-point change, and all of a sudden you've got a massive confusion in the standings at the top of the district if just a one or two wins goes the other way.
There is an opportunity for chaos. There's also an opportunity for Lawton High to we lost the power for a bit there. There's a chance for Lawton High to do what Midwest City did last year, and that's run the table. And they're good enough to do it. Obviously, this was a tough one, but when they play Del City again, they'll play at home. This may be Del City was probably the best defensive team they'll see ever, and I'm still impressed with their defense. Their offense, unfortunately, just wasn't enough there. But
yeah, the Del City, and that's the story of this game. Del City struggled shooting the ball from the field, and both teams struggled shooting it from the line. In the end, it was shooting from the field that was the difference maker. Maybe that was a big part of Lawton's defense that caused, not maybe, definitely Lawton's defense had a huge impact on that. But Lawton found a way to score, taking fewer shots, and Del City ended up coming 3 points short in the ball game.
Yes, and Del City will have I believe I forgot the name of the Bishop McGinnis tournament coming up, some good competition there. But obviously the next big one is the district game that they'll play here next Tuesday but hosting Classen SAS. That's a bigger game on the girls' side, but the boys' side is still an important game too because the Classen SAS has been playing well on the boys' side. The games we'll have on that same day, I'll be at Midwest City when they play Altus. That's the game we hope to have on the Oklahoma Sports Network next week. And then Carl Albert traveling down to the southwest part of the state. I'm interested to see if they stay in the same they stay in a hotel. I doubt they will. I think they'll go home. But still, it's interesting they're going to Lawton, MacArthur, and then Elgin on back-to-back nights. And those are the games we hope to have for on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So that's what's coming up for the other Mid-Del teams. And again, Del City will be back here playing against Classen SAS next week. And should also mention that for the Lawton High fans, Lawton High will take on their rival, Lawton MacArthur, on Friday. That game also on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I want to thank our named sponsors during the game that helped make this happen. Dynamic Health, Tooney Buys Houses, Bobby Lewis Insurance, Super Subs, Triple Elite Screen Printing, Scrambled, Buffalo Wild Wings, Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance, Louis, and in Lawton we want to thank Trey Cuddit and Home Tech Solutions.
Yep, we appreciate all those, and we look forward. We're only just beginning with basketball here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, although we have to leave now because the lights are coming off.
Well, it was good to be back with you again tonight, Jordan. It's been a long time, and appreciate you having me back on. I had a blast tonight with a fantastic ball game here. Yep. It was the Del City Lady Eagles winning 59-8 over the Lawton Lady Wolverines, and it was the Lawton boys defeating the Del City boys 46-43. That's the final scores for tonight. Those are district games, District 5A2. Thank you for being a part of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.